If you talking, brother, I can't hear you. On my StreamYard thing, your mic is showing muted.
It was a setting that I didn't do right.
Okay,
There was a setting I didn't do right. And so, but now, hey, YouTube is in the building. What's good? All right, let me do this thing. Okay. All right. There we are. There we are. Party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your main man, Uncle Freezy. I'm joined here by Coach. What's good? Coach, let's start this thing off right, man. We're trying to do a little something, trying to bring Tech. Tech don't want to cooperate. Let's kick this thing off the right way. How about an intro?
Yes, sir.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While other sweater style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mother told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo. Party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rock in Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. I'm joined by Coach Malpica. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Scream. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yo, so I had a little tech difficulty this morning, man, trying to move from StreamYard to OBS. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bear with me in the transition, man. I've been working on that for the past couple of days, man. OBS is a monster. OBS is a monster, man. And for the YouTubers out there looking to start your own channel, what I would suggest, if you don't have knowledge of OBS, just go with a streaming platform like StreamYard or Restream to get your beautiful faces on the screen. And yo, also for all the well wishers, that's for all the people that's looking out for me, man, and sending thoughts and prayers my way, and for Coach, man, we thank y'all, man. You know, this week has been a beast. Next week is gonna be a beast also. But we're gonna rock as much as we can rock with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do our thing. So before we get started with this Knicks talk, let's do our chant. Blue tears, orange tears, Blorange Tears. Bam! Let's go. What's good, Coach? How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. The part of Florida I just recently moved up to, I luckily just missed the brunt of the storm. I got a little bit of wind and power flickered on and off a couple times. I got kind of lucky. But unfortunately, where I moved up from, Cape Coral, Fort Myers area is where I literally just lived a little over a month ago, 2 months ago. My my youngest son and my ex are down there. My sister's down there and her family, and they're in the thick of it, man. They had major flooding, major damage. They still don't have, they obviously don't have power.
No power.
They're not looking to even start cleaning up the aftermath until like next Wednesday, they said. So, so I've just been dealing in a lot of texting and back and forth because when you ain't got power, that means the cell phone battery is always on low. Luckily you can go out. Today's the first day we're able to maybe go out to the car and maybe charge the phone a little bit. So luckily technology is good for that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So they're considering coming up this way because my parents are up here and my ex father-in-law, he's up this way too. So they're figuring it out. So, but yeah, it's bad.
It's trying times, bro.
Yeah.
It's trying times, man.
They're safe. I'm safe.
Good.
Appreciate everybody's well wishes.
Good, man. Good, man. My baby boy down there, he was like, yo, man, I'm moving to Florida. I was like, they have hurricanes down there. He's like, yeah, it's not as bad as what you say. And then the other day it's like, hey, Pops, man, you heard about? Yeah.
It went through Orlando a little bit. I mean, luckily they're inland pretty far, so it dissipated the heavy winds, but
yeah, man.
But it's that storm surge and the walk, because when Florida, for some of y'all that haven't been there, and some of y'all that live in other parts like the Midwest or the West Coast or in the Northeast, obviously, y'all got something called hills, and elevation. Florida is dead at sea level. Yep. So even in heavy rainstorms, there's floods down here. So when you got an event like this, that's when you start seeing the reports you've been seeing on TV, like sharks swimming by your front yard and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
But luckily, the technology of the power companies are getting a lot better. They're on top of stuff. They've been slowly doing underground wiring and stuff, which So I've been lucky with that.
Not just you, but a lot of people. A lot of people are fortunate.
A
lot of people are fortunate, man. Just want to say, all of our Knicks fans in Florida, man, we thinking about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in our hearts and minds, man. You know what I'm saying? All of our Florida Knicks. It's a bunch of y'all. It's I know at least 10 of y'all that be on a live stream every day. So at least 10. You know what I'm saying? One of them is here on the panel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you know what I'm saying? We thinking about y'all, man. And for those of y'all thinking about me and Mo, the last 2 weeks or so have been challenging for me and my family, man. Miss Mocha was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so it's one of the reasons why my schedule, the Knicks Morning Drive and the Knicks at Night podcast, has been kind of hit or miss. Like I'll be walking in here and I'll see Mo and I'll be like, I ain't doing it tonight. I'm gonna just go hug up with the missus. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Being supportive, trying to do, you know what I'm saying, the things that I can do, like dinner options. Like I didn't know that s'mores is not really a dinner option. Graham crackers, chocolate. She's like, no, s'mores. Yeah, it should be, right? But that's the reason. Coach.
Hey, that's part of being an adult. You're allowed to have dessert first.
Yeah. And especially if you're paying the bills, right? If you're paying the bills, you can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Right? But Coach, I stepped on the scale, bro. Like, I felt like, you know what I'm saying, the washing machine was shrinking my clothes. It's not that. Your man will put on like 20 pounds. Like 27 pounds, bro.
It doesn't even register. When I step on a scale, it reads, ouch.
Yeah, man. I can't believe, bro. I can't believe since I started doing like going on this journey where I'm working for myself, working from home, that I could pack on so much weight so fast. Mm-hmm. But things are what they are. Let's talk about some Knicks, man. let's talk about some Knicks.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Hey, in chat, in chat, I want to instead of me bringing a thing to y'all specifically, what I would like for y'all to do, man, is put what you want to talk about in the chat. Like y'all start the conversation. Y'all start the conversation, man. Y'all start the conversation. Y'all tell me what it is that y'all want to talk about, and we'll talk about that. I see Ricardo Torres is in the building. What's good? Ricardo Torres says good morning. Eric Suriel says the Cam interview.
Yeah.
The Grimes injury. Wait a minute. Did I see what I thought I saw? Okay. Look at that. I don't want to make a fuss about my return, but I do want to win. Let's smoke a speedy. Love you, bro. I ain't even want to talk about no Knicks stuff. If this is who I think it is, bro, I love you with all my heart, and I miss you a ton. You have no idea how much I miss you. If this is who I think it is, I would rather talk about how much I miss you than talk about the Knicks. Miss Geraldine says, sorry to hit. Yeah, Miss Geraldine, it's tough. It's tough, but what we gonna do? We're close. We're close. So, this is what it is. We get, But y'all want to talk about? You want to talk about Grimes?
Yeah. So what was the extent of his? I mean, I only caught it in passing, unfortunately, because what's been going on down here with the footage. I did see on some of my YouTube feeds, a Grimes injury situation. I don't know the details.
I don't know. They say it's a day-to-day injury.
Oh, okay.
And he's in a walking boot.
Oh. I know they tend to overdo it on that, for safety reasons,
It's early.
Boots.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, it used to be you put a boot on, you out for a minute. But now it's like you sprain an ankle, they're like, put on a boot. Yeah.
Right. So here's the thing, though, Coach. Here's the thing. I'm gonna ask you: Is Quentin Grimes injury prone?
I mean,
chat. Let me ask the chat that too. Chat.
Yeah.
Is Quentin Grimes injury prone? And I'm not. Listen, I'm not knocking the kid. I like the kid, right? I like Grimes. But is it safe to say in this small amount of games, Quentin Grimes has been hurt 3 times already in like 40 something games?
Yeah, and like for me, because of the intensity he does play with, he plays with some pep in his step. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and it ain't like he's built like that.
Right.
And he still got some puppy in him. You know what I'm saying? He's got some young man. He ain't got his old man strength full board quite yet.
Not yet.
Thickness. So, and the way he plays, that could be a problem. Because of how he likes getting in the mix. He likes playing some hard defense, getting in your face. That lends itself to possibilities of I'm not really a huge component of someone is quote unquote injury prone, but it is a thing. Maybe someone's got injury bad luck. I mean,
right.
And I'm sure some people have a predisposition, maybe because of their genetics or whatever. But
right.
Besides that, I mean, man, I'd hate for that because we have seen, and you've alluded to before, Joel Embiid, and some other young guys that came in the league, they were hurt at the beginning, and then all of a sudden it hasn't been a problem per se, so maybe he trained a little too hard to get right. That's a thing too. I've been an advocate. Yo, Hardwill for the love of the game. What's up, boys?
Hardwill in the building.
When I've trained some athletes with football and other sport, basketball, because I coached other sports and I played other sports besides football and basketball. Overtraining is a thing.
Overtraining is a thing.
Part of training and getting your body right with getting stronger, getting faster, is your body's ability to recover from, because for people that are laymen's to training and exercising and lifting, I mean, I know I look like I don't know about it, but do as I say, not as I do situation.
Right.
Basically, when you build your muscles and things in your body, you're creating slight injuries on your muscles. Like you're like doing these little tears and stuff.
Right. And coach, what you're saying, they call it shredded for a reason.
Right. Because you're shredding the fibers of your muscles and everything.
So they can heal and get bigger.
Yeah, and then like your body heals that area, and then that's when your muscles grow.
Yep.
So basically that happens, and I've seen it happen, and that's why in basketball, when you do see these guys, especially some of the Euro guys, they did Euro basket all summer, and I know it makes some guys nervous, and that's why football, they try to shut you down, and they have rules in place. You can only practice so much and all that stuff. So, I hate. The thing is, I never like for guys to lose opportunities because of injuries and whatnot. But they say one of the best abilities is availability. So right now, I'm leery to put that label on them. The injury prone, personally, but I don't know, man. It's not good timing for him, because he has a really good he had a good opportunity to truly show what he can should do and showcase. I think he was really going to get his chance. I mean, he probably still will, but now he's going to have to watch for a couple weeks. Someone else might have to shine in his place.
Yeah. And so to Bodega Wi-Fi's point, so some of the excuses for Cam have been taken away. This is his opportunity to step up, right? And so I wanted to speak on the Grimes point just a little, just to say, stoke the fire of the conversation some. How is it that is so? Here's the thing, Coach. You heard me say this multiple times on the Knicks at Night podcast. The Knicks at Night on the morning show, it's more like just talk about, I'm saying, the things that happened the day before and all that stuff. At nighttime, we really get in our bag. At nighttime, we really do the deep dives on stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the way we make it. It's just the audience basically pushes us in that direction, right? At nighttime, you heard me often say that guys that wing players often stay injured. Guys that guard the 2 and the 3, like the 3 and D guys, often stay hurt. All of them, from the most elite of the elite guy to the dudes that's just trying to hang on in the NBA. They stay hurt. And I always use the Paul George, Kawhi Leonard example, because they're probably 2 of the best 3 and D wing defender guys in the league, right? And think about this. If you had to bet your house on Paul George playing 80 games, would you? No, I would not. And it's not because Paul George is soft. It's because what's required from Paul George, what was required of Paul George, forces him in those places where on any given night, he will guard any position from 1 through 4. Right? And that's got him scrambling all over the floor through screens, sometimes at a full sprint, jumping higher than other people, using his athleticism, using his muscles. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, say, Trae Young just uses speed and quickness to guard other point guards. And Clint Capella just uses strength and agility against other fives.
Right.
But wing players use speed, quickness, strength, agility, athleticism, and that's why they're always hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so you notice the 1 year that the Knicks had Alec Burks, Reggie Bullock, RJ Barrett all healthy, they made the playoffs. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You notice the year that RJ Barrett got hurt early in the season, the Knicks didn't make the playoffs. And so what I'm saying to Quentin Grimes is not that Quentin Grimes may be injury prone, but that prototype of player, you need multiple types of those dudes because they're like tight ends, right? They're gonna go across the middle and catch that 6-yard pass in front of a safety that's gonna blow them up with a full head of steam. And that same tight end that just got his head knocked off to get that first down, on 1st and 10, he's gonna down block on a defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coach, you get what I'm saying about these 3-and-D guys? How the position flexibility causes you to be tight ends, wide receivers, and pulling guards all game long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ask them to be a guard or a tackle in the run game, and then you ask them to be a wide receiver in the passing game.
Yeah.
Whereas wide receivers are wide receivers in the passing game and wide receivers in the run game. You know what I'm saying? And where guards are guards in the passing game and guards in the run game. But when you ask them to be both, then you get the situation where you know guys can get nicked up, banged up, you know what I'm saying, small injuries here and there. So Coach, I don't want to say Grimes is injury prone because maybe he is, but I think it's maybe too early to tell. But 3 injuries in about 50 games?
Yeah. I mean, and some guys are just some guys are like, we got a guy on our team, you know, knock on wood, knock everywhere. You know, RJ Barrett, you know, plays in that kind of role, and he don't shy away from physicality. You know,
no, he don't.
On both sides of the court, and he's relevant. You know, he had his little moment here and there with some owies, you know.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he's been very durable. So, so some guys aren't built like that, you know. So, maybe RJ's just been lucky, you know. I don't know, but you're right.
Yeah, Coach, you ever noticed man, listen, linebackers, tight ends, they stay dinged up with like some type of, because linebackers have to be safeties or corners in coverage, and then they have to be defensive tackles in the run game, defensive ends in the run game.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so with the wing players, they have to be do everything guys.
Right.
How comfortable you knowing this, knowing what I said? Because I don't know if you agree or disagree, but how comfortable are you with the Knicks' depth at that position in case we face injuries?
Well, I mean, I guess because of that, we're going to have to count on Fournier more than I personally was wanting to, if that was to happen. Yeah, I mean, and obviously, for my own personal selfishness, I mean, I'm happy that this might push Cam into because there's some other thing we haven't alluded to yet, and I'm sure we might bring it up or talk about it. All the little rumors about Tibbs still isn't a slam dunk with Cam, no pun intended. But yeah, I mean, at this point, that just opens the door for guys like IQ to possibly play the 2 more, and then RJ do the 3. But I've been hearing things that they're considering RJ the 2 too. I mean, so I don't know, man. It's I just think that people got to take advantage of opportunities when they come up at this point.
Right.
But luckily, we do have decent depth.
Right.
And it's funny, to Kerry Cox's point, like I always thought that to myself too. Like Fournier seems like the shortest 6'7" guy I've ever. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because the style, the way he plays, he doesn't play tall.
Right. Right.
So I don't know, man. It changes the dynamic of, I think. I mean, I don't know how much Tibbs was counting on playing him and using him. Maybe he doesn't know yet. But this is going to force the decision to look another way, though.
Right.
Until he's 100%.
Right. Right. Yeah, man.
So I guess, long story short, I'm not 100% comfortable with until I see it. I guess let's see what they're really going to do with it.
Man. Yeah. That's tough, bro.
Yeah.
That's tough. And so the thing about Grimes is you would love to have seen him get a shot at starting. Right? And you would
say
love
that
to
part. You broke up just a hair there. Say that part again, bro. Sorry.
You would love to have seen Quentin Grimes get a shot in training camp at starting.
Now this is no knock on Grimes, and this doesn't mean I'm a Grimes hater, because I do like his potential and his abilities right now.
Right.
I'm not as all in on the Grimes camp as others are, because I don't know. I'm just not. I don't think he's there yet to be counted on like that. Now I want him to definitely get some opportunities and get more minutes for sure, and I definitely want him in the mix and be a big part of the rotation. But to be counted on as the main starter and just get handed to him like that, just because he had a nice little summer, I'm not ready to give him that yet. And that's just my personal preference. Other people, I can see why you might want to give him a chance.
Right.
But he's got time.
So, Coach, this is the reason why I say give Grimes a shot is not just because I feel like Grimes is the all exalted prodigal son. The reason why is because Evan Fournier has not been a significant difference maker in his career, regardless of the 4 teams he played for. Right. It's not like Evan Fournier is Derrick Rose-ish, like went out and accomplished some stuff at the end of his career. Now he coming in trying to hold it down to help a young team get better. Evan Fournier is a 13 to 18 point per game scorer on bad teams. Right. On bad teams, that's what he is. Right.
Yeah.
And then last year, when given the opportunity to be the full-time unquestioned starter at the 2, his team won 37 games. Right in line what he normally does as an NBA starter. Right?
Yeah.
And if you're looking, And listen, I'm not knocking Evan Fournier for this. These are facts. The Orlando Magic never made the Eastern Conference Finals with Evan Fournier. The Denver Nuggets never did anything with Evan Fournier. Okay. The Boston Celtics already had a core. Evan Fournier came off the bench for them, and they did nothing. When Evan Fournier left, they made the NBA Finals. When Evan Fournier left the Boston Celtics to come to New York, the Celtics made the NBA Finals. These are facts, right? And so I'm not knocking Fournier because every team needs guys that can create their own shots and make them at a reasonable clip, right?
Yeah.
But for the same thing, for the same things that we say about RJ down the stretch, about Mitchell Robinson down the stretch, you could say the same thing about Evan Fournier, right? Last year, Evan Fournier shot 70% from the free throw line for a shooter. And if you're knocking RJ, who shot 73%, then you gotta knock Evan Fournier too. Like, you know how, like, Coach, you know how we have these conversations and we point out like just one point, but we don't apply it across the board to everyone.
Yeah.
I think we need to start doing that. More justice being served.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So
what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Right.
That's an old man saying.
That's an old man. You got to be an old man to understand. You got to be. But yeah, and so while I'm not knocking Fournier, because he is who he is, Evan Fournier is who he is, a professional, a veteran, high IQ player. You know what I'm saying? You got to give him, you got to believe in his second year, he'll be a better version than he was in the first year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I kind of want to have faith in him in that. Like, yeah, it was a weird season. You know what I'm saying? You want to think that Evan Fournier be better this season than he was last season. Right? Shooting 41% from the floor from the two? No, we can't. We absolutely can't have that. Absolutely can't have that. Right? But at the same time, why draft young kids if you're not going to play them?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point too. Obviously, I mean,
why? Think about Chet. Why draft young kids and keep them?
If you're never going to play them,
if you're never going to play them, why not? If you're not going to play these young kids. Yo, hey man, Yankees Morning Brews in the building. Heck, what's good? Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers, man. I see y'all over there. Hey, Yankees Morning Brew is my brother, man. Like my big rich brother that went off to an Ivy League school and got like, you know what I'm saying, the smoking hot girl like straight out of school. and he left us with everything else, like eating Spam. Going to community college. Shout out to Heck. Sally is in the building. Sally, what's good?
Sally, what's going on, brother?
Yo, how come I can't get you and Sally together at the same time? What's good with that? What's happening?
I don't know.
That's a Sally thing, right? Is that a Sally thing?
I think so.
Okay. Hey, look, I'm gonna throw.
I rock with Sally. I like him, man.
We love Sally, bro. Coach, I don't know if you saw it, but me and Sally did. Hey, Sally, I threw a link in the chat, man, in case you want to jump on. But I did a joint with Sally for the members of the channel. Yo, so hey, everybody. So that's one of the things I'm working on, man. So I'm trying to provide more stuff for the members of the channel and for the Patreon page. And for other, you know, the podcast and all that stuff. Whoop, there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Sell Next Day. What's good?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, brother?
Boss? And my man's there he is. What's good, boss?
Chilling, Uncle Freezy. Salute, baby.
How was the show this morning? it
was good.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was good. We had the guys from Pinstripe Chronicles coming on, doing some promotion because Eric from Barstools will be on Monday, the head writer for the
outta
Yankees. So
here.
I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah. Eric Hubbs will be on Monday. Super excited.
Wow, that's gonna be dope. Man. Y'all doing y'all thing, man. Y'all doing y'all thing.
Appreciate you, Appreciate you.
I respect the heck out of y'all as much as I can respect someone that wears pinstripes like that. Bro. I'm a Met guy, but
me too.
Hey, listen,
mad respect for you.
Coach, it's all love, Coach. It's, I know I'm a Yankee fan, but I talk all baseball. It doesn't matter. Right now,
nice.
Yankees and Mets both are good. That's the best thing that can happen for the city.
Yeah, man. Want that Subway Series, baby.
Man. I ain't gonna lie to you though. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. As soon as the word Yankees came across the screen, the viewers went down.
I gotta change the name. Sully, why you laughing back there for?
Whenever I see the Yankees, I hear the Darth Vader march. Bam, 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 bam,
well, Evil Empire. Evil Empire.
and the clacking, the boots hitting the ground. Like Star Wars, clacking, the boots hitting the ground, and the Empire music. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Yo, I just wanted I was at the hospital yesterday. Me and Mo were going through like the pre-surgery stuff and all of that. All this paperwork and all these people trying to tell us what's going to happen, what may happen, all this stuff. And in that moment, I'm thinking like, man, I am so fortunate, right? I'm in a hospital with the missus. We looking at a life-changing event, because life will never be the same after this. You know what I'm saying? So we looking at all this stuff. And on my phone, people are like just, Uncle Freezy, where you at? You know what I'm saying? People just showing me so much love, like the phone buzzing, Mo looking at the phone, and I put the phone on silent, right? I'm put the phone in silent, put it in my pocket. Man, it's the ghetto intellect, it's Free Keith, it's a whole bunch of people like reaching out and showing love, like where the Knicks morning drive at, man? Where the morning drive at, man? And so what I want to say to everybody in my circle, like I know I don't show y'all all the love that y'all deserve. I know this. I know I don't show y'all all the love that y'all deserve, but it's not that I don't love y'all more than what you can imagine. Right? Like when I do pre and post show production, like I turn on y'all channels. I legit watch Yankees Morning Brew. I watch For the Love of the Game. Sometimes I don't appear, but man, I be having so much stuff. But the thing is with all y'all content creators out here, man, doing y'all thing, man, the thing that y'all need to know is y'all are so talented in giving people what they absolutely need that people can't legit even fathom living their life without the thing that you provided, because it filled in a gap that they have been searching for years. And now that you filled in that gap, whether you realize, and this is for Hard Will and them too, and this is for Heck and them too, and everybody watching, bro, now that y'all filled in that gap, people, it's a huge respect. Y'all got to do that for a long time now and get better and better at it. Get better and better as you do it, man, because now people have grown and attached themselves to you guys, and y'all do such a great job of providing content on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, that y'all are stalwarts in people's lives now. And so when I watch the shows and stuff, I'm like getting that routine. Now it's a part of my routine. Yankee Morning Brew. It turned my, every morning I look for the Pepto because Yankees Morning Brew kind of turned my stomach. But I'm used to drinking Pepto now. So now I'm used to Pepto. You know what I'm saying? But I say that, man, to show love to everybody that's a part. And chat, y'all too, chat, the people typing, the keyboard warriors. I'm not saying this just to Hard Willing now. I'm saying this to y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Like the keyboard warriors out there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just always in the chat supporting, like getting on us when y'all feel like we wrong. You know what I'm saying? Bringing up topics and different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? So a special shout out to all the chat that support us as we go forth providing content for all of y'all. And a super duper dope all of yo. Heck, like for instance, heck, you have no idea how much I love you, right? You probably like, yeah, that
I love you too, Unc.
He probably that man's saying that thing, but he don't be nothing. You know, he just being cordial. Nah,
I know
you
what
don't
it is, bro.
Yeah, you don't walk up to strangers and be like, "I love you, bro." Nah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I love you, man.
Yeah, you don't walk up. Yeah, you don't walk up to like people that you don't really have love for and do that thing. So, but anyway, I'm said all of that to make sure that all the content creators out there and all the keyboard warriors out there to let y'all know that we do appreciate y'all. And it came to my mind as I sat in the hospital. I'm like, yo, I'm sitting here during this life-changing event, and people are like hitting me up like, yo, I don't mean to be rude or whatever, but after you buy Miss Mo lunch, man, you jumping on? I'm like, sure, why not? Sure, why not?
Well, now that you mentioned it.
First and foremost, though, prayers to Miss Mo, and hopefully everything works out the way it is. I know things are tough, especially when it comes to medical stuff. Also, shout out to my bros Hardwell and Worldwide L, also from For the Love of the Game. I just couldn't commit to the afternoon hour spot with them, but they have taken For the Love of the Game and turned it into something that's beautiful.
A monster.
Outside view. And they turned it into a monster. So shout out to my guys, Will and L, 100%. And you, Freezy, if it wasn't for you giving me the chance to jump on one of your panels and giving me the confidence to do this, I don't think I would be at where I'm at also. That's why I always remember I started off with Uncle Freezy, and I'm a part of the Uncle Freezy content creator trees, like the Coach Pop trees. I'm a part of the Blorange Tears trees. And like you said, everybody in the chat, the parasocial relationship that we build with the people in the chat and people we've meet on different panelists it's amazing, and we wouldn't be where we're at without the love and support from you as well.
Right. And so this Uncle Freezy coaching tree, so to speak, if that's the official name of it, is sincere and unapologetic at the same time, and tough. But we sincere and we loving, bro. But we unapologetic and not backing down. If we got like an opinion to state, we don't mean for it to be offensive, but we feel like it's the truth. Ain't that right, Coach? Like I heard Coach came on here about Cam Reddish one night. I was like, Coach is not backing down from. There's like 8 dudes up here, and Coach is fighting 7 people, and only 2 of them having beef. But he fighting the whole room. Yeah. I was like, Coach, I'm on your side, bro. I'm on your side, Coach. I had to duck and shit, Coach. I'm on your side. Yeah, man. Hey, so let me reach out to Sally real quick. Sally, you still there?
Yeah, man. What's happening?
Hey, bro, we did a joint the other night, and I don't think people realize, like, when we get together and we chop it up. Like, I talked to Sally, I was like, Sally, man, let's get together and chop it up for like 20 minutes. Remember that? I was like 20 minutes tops, right? Me and Sally get together, and it's like a dynamic that when 2 people like just have like a chemistry, a synergy. Like me and Sally had like a instant synergy. My man, we talked for like 30 something minutes. We had to stop it.
Right.
Okay, Coach, I had to put a cork in the bottle. Because I didn't want to take up too much of that man's time. I'm like, I'll get Sally. I can talk to you for 2 more hours. So how did you enjoy it? How did you enjoy it though?
Oh man, anytime I get to talk sports with any of you guys in the community, I like it. So yeah, I was just thankful to be on the stream, and it was fun. I liked it. Yeah, and it kind of goes from my man with the Yankees jersey on. Like I never did this. You allowed me to have, which is appreciative, an opportunity to be on a live stream, I guess. I don't know. So
yeah, man.
You're an audience member, then you're a participant, and it's great. So
yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, man. Let me ask y'all. Soul Finger is in the building.
What's up, man?
Soul Finger, what's good, boss?
What's happening, fellas? What's happening? Hey, I saw my man Heck. I haven't seen Heck in a minute. And every now and then we get a chance to get in the chat. So Hey, I got to jump up in. Also, Freeze with you, everything going on. Prayers to you, many blessings to you and you and Miss Mo. Like I said, I got that. I got some goats and some chickens. I put my voodoo hat on. I'm from that country. Down there, do what I got to do for you, man.
Yeah, man.
So, Fing, I'm about to go drive down there so I can bring him a thing of Vicks. You know how we use Vicks spiritually for everything.
Man, look, you put put Vic, put it on the bottom of your feet. Put some socks on. Get the Vicks mustache. Rub it on your chest.
Yeah.
It cures everything. Oh,
everything.
Hey,
it
cataracts.
Does break fevers.
Hey, look, cataracts. Put some Vicks under your nose. You be good.
You be good.
That's it. Yeah. You got a sprained ankle. Put some Vicks on it, baby.
And then wash and get some of that BC powder. You good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my
I hope all
grandmother.
is well with you, fam.
Appreciate it.
Let me get to some Knicks talk just real quick. Let me. There's a thing brewing, right? No pun intended. But there's a thing brewing, internally, like inside of me, like a thing building up, right? Where I think the Knicks have a legit shot at making some noise, right? And it's not like we're gonna take over the world thing. I'm not buying into the RJ Barrett shock the world thing. Not in the sense that it was taken.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what's shaping up right now in the Eastern Conference is like that NASCAR 20-car pileup, and the dude just with the healthiest car can win the race.
Picking up what you're putting down, especially with all the turmoil that's going on and with other teams and all the stuff they got. I mean, the whole thing with Boston, that plays a factor because you don't know.
Right.
It's what he said in Pulp Fiction is the unknown.
Yep.
So we got the unknown going right now. So it's anything can happen. It's just we'll see.
Right.
I'm picking up. I didn't mean to interrupt, Reese, because you rocking. I just picking up. I'm picking up everything you putting down right now.
Man, you look like you done lost some weight too, bro. What's going on?
Man, I'm trying, Freeze, but I got a ways to go, man. I being about the size of a linebacker ain't cool. So with these bad wheels, so I got to get this down.
Right.
260. Hey, I can't carry 263 anymore and all like that. I got to get back down to about 230. Now I'll be good.
Right.
Right. If I get down to 260, I'd be sexy.
Yeah, look.
I ain't even gonna. If I get 260, I'm trying out for the Panthers, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. They like,
I'm gonna be hitting the courts again. I might be able to grab the rim again if I get down to 260.
260.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm my hips and my back is shot from this past year when I got injured from work. I can't be on the courts no more.
Man.
Yeah, man. It's a lot though, and I'm gonna tell you this here, Freeze. When vibes and things, I'm listening to you in the morning, it gives me that's that motivation because it made me get back on my eating regimen. Because me and you talk, the things that we deal with and stuff. So combination of that, running around being a basketball pop, and now I'm gonna be band pop because I told you my little man playing the bass. He's learning how to play the bass guitar, so he's gonna be in band. So
nice.
Yeah,
that's my instrument.
Yeah, so
slapping the bass.
It's just a lot. So you just got to get up on it, man. And like I said, I'm about to hit that. I'm about to be 50 and frisky here in just over a month. So I got to get it together.
Man, to be young, all that energy, man.
Man, look, I wish I had energy. Tell me that on Tuesday night when your boy was passed out on the couch at 7:45.
Yeah.
Oh, you going to sleep early now?
Man, what? And then you wake up in the morning, you wake up like, wait a minute, that wasn't hurting yesterday. This is the new stuff right here. This that new hurt.
Right. Yeah, man.
Shout out my man C-Mac in the chat. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, so to that point I was making though about the Knicks, something brewing. I never want to say this stuff too early because I think it creates an unreasonable expectation. But at the same time, when I look at Brooklyn, is this thing in Brooklyn really fixed? Or was this a nice thing to say on Media Day?
It's an illusion.
Oh, look who here! Oh boy,
Eddie Wood is
What's
good.
up, yo?
Eddie
What's up?
Eddie
C.
C.
in the
I can't talk
building.
to Eddie. Eddie beat me the first week in fantasy football, so I can't talk to Eddie for the
Oh
rest of the
man,
season.
please,
He
man.
beat
But your squad is
everybody.
you got that guy, man, Jalen Hurts. That guy is special, bro. It's just him and Lamar
Yeah.
right now, and I got Lamar in one league. You got Hurts in the other, so. But you tough, bro. You tough, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I can't talk to Freezy. That's what I can't talk to, man. Freezy be coming up with some ideas, some trades, some trade, some 4-for-1, some 5-for-1s. He expect me to take a 5-for-1. What am I gonna do? Dropping 4 players? How am I gonna drop 4 players off my squad, man? Come on.
Wait, Freezy, you in that J Boogie fantasy league? Which team is you? Am I facing you this weekend?
No, I missed
Okay.
that one. I missed that one.
Oh,
I
okay,
just didn't.
okay.
When J Boogie hit me, bro, I just didn't have the bread to commit to it. You know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I gotta commit the bread to, you know. Well, yeah, we already talked about all that stuff. So
the injuries are killing me in that one league, man.
yeah,
Which
man.
one is that?
Oh,
Coach?
you in it too, Coach?
Is
Yeah,
that me and Coach got? I have a league. I was trying to get people from my league, but it ended up being pretty good. Like it's pretty tough. There's only 8 players in my league, but it's a 2 quarterback, 2 tight end league. So it's like it's super tough to and the running backs are real important, and they're not that many. So it's a really tough league.
Yeah, like the running back situations, like with some of the little injuries here and there. Like once you get one guy hurt, you got to get lucky with your other one. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm 0-3. I am 0-3 in that.
I know it's crazy. Yeah, I finally got my first win. I think I'm 1-2 right now, but and I got Nick Chubb and Cooper Kupp, and I'm still losing.
I have no running backs. I have like Chase Edmonds. You know, James Robinson.
I took Najee Harris. Najee Harris hasn't done anything the first 3 weeks. He's been hit or miss.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing either, bro. He ain't gonna.
All right, stop hating, Freezy.
I got him in the league. The one league I have him. So the one league I'm in, but my thing is with what I was saying about the brewing up thing about the Knicks. I don't think Brooklyn is going to be able to hold it together. All right. I don't think Philly's model is sustainable. The way Philadelphia is built, they are a second round exit team because they're built to be a team that gets to the second round. You know what I'm saying? I think talking
about the Nets,
the Sixers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about the Nets before that.
No. I'm thinking the Nets. I don't think the Nets can hold it together. I think that the Nets are a diva team. Yeah. Like they look great on paper, but then when things get tough, the divas are always somewhere in the corner vomiting in trash cans. Or getting her dress caught in the car door, or breaking a heel on her stiletto. You know,
running out the area looking like a raccoon with the tears.
It's like them teams that they're them type that they're front runners. When things are going good, watch out. They got the talent to just keep it going. But once they get that adversity kicking in, they start arguing with each other. And we've all played against them teams in basketball and football. Like the minute they're probably more talented than y'all, but the minute one of them get cooked or one of them makes a mistake, they start arguing with each other, and the next thing you know,
yeah, man, that to me is a team that can only beat themselves. Like that team has the ability to win the chip for the next 3 years, being that Durant is there under contract, right? Not taking into account extracurriculars, asking for trades, but under contract they got Kevin Durant and they got Ben Simmons there under contract for the next 3 or 4 years, I believe. Right. And Kyrie is an unrestricted. Right. So he's gonna want to play very well to get his contract because this might be one of his last big contracts.
Yep.
They made the trade for the kid from Utah,
Royce O'Neal.
Yeah.
Royce O'Neal, who's their starting 3 now. And Claxton has always been a serviceable big man.
Right.
Now, if we want to talk about their bench, I mean, Joe Harris is still back there.
Yeah, and he'll be back.
They still have the the point guard that was from San Antonio,
Patty Mills.
right?
Yeah, Patty Mills.
Eddie, see you slacking, bro. You supposed to call him Peter Mills. You was,
No, I'm not. I'm staying away. I'm like, yo, the kid, and you guys help me out because I'll butcher him up.
Yeah,
I will butcher him up, yo.
You know that make my
I'll
day,
be like
bro.
Steve Mills. I'll be like, they still got Steve Mills back there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That make my day, bro.
So, but we're not gonna get there. We're not gonna go there, Freezy. Cam Johnson. They still got Cam Johnson. They still can re-sign Blake. They still can re-sign Aldridge because those guys ain't going nowhere. They're just probably filling out, what's out there. So that's a team to me that could only beat themselves. But yeah, I love Steve Mills and all them and all them.
Yo, and so let me just address the super chat real quick. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, "Here, get in J Boogie Fantasy League. You deserve it." Hey, appreciate you, Paris Duggar. I was thinking about you last night, man. I appreciate you, man. And everything you bring to Knicks universe, man. Appreciate Paris Duggar. On some real stuff too, not no phony baloney, man. Appreciate cats like Paris Duggar and others that be everywhere. Yo, Ivory 10 is in the building. Hey, Ivory 10. Hey, the link is in the thing in case you want to jump on, bro. But hey, go ahead, Eddie C. I'm sorry.
Who's Jalen Harris?
I was about to ask you that.
The Knicks signed him.
That's the Knicks signed him.
Yeah, he on the Knicks.
That's
practice squad.
Yeah,
I mean, that's practice. That's
the
camp season.
They got the Ennett kid. They got the Garrison Brooks. Yeah, those are just like signings.
Camp fillers.
Some bodies.
Yeah.
Right. They're trying to get I heard. I'm not sure if it's true, but I think they were trying to buy out. I don't know why would they want to buy out Montero.
Okay.
Some Caribbean league. I don't know. I don't know if that's false or anything.
They're trying to buy him out from a Caribbean league.
I think I heard something like that. To be honest, bro, like I don't know because he is from Dominican Republic, right? So he could be playing in one of those like leagues.
Oh yeah, the little point guard that played with
he could have been signed as a young 16-year-old to one of those Dominican leagues where they gotta like give him a small buyout. So it could happen.
Yeah.
Like the club teams, like they have overseas.
I guess so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they play ball in DR, they play ball in Puerto Rico, so.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting season. Not only just the league. I mean, not only just the Knicks, but just the league itself with all the other stuff that's going on. Like you're saying, like Freeze is saying, looking at the Nets as a diva team. Now you got to look at and this is just the way just my opinion. When Philly got PJ Tucker, that was a shift in power for them. PJ Tucker does a lot of things that a lot of people don't, look at,
right?
And brings a toughness to him. And if weaken Miami, strengthen themselves, but weaken Miami in a sense. Miami's still gonna do their thing, but Philly actually is. It depends if they're gonna, with James. See how James Harden comes back. You see he's in shape. We hadn't seen. When last time we seen James Harden in shape?
What 2012?
Yeah,
yeah. When the OKC was in the finals.
yeah.
I think he has a 1-and-1 deal, right? Like he has a 1 year with a 1 year option. So,
playing for that money.
Yeah, man, that stuff could do wonders for you, bro. Like when you playing for your contract, like you really get it in. And you just got to make the right choice and paying the player that's gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I kind of like with Philly with the moves they made on that. Outside of what's going on. I'm just trying to look at everybody as a whole in the league. Looking at the big dogs. You look at Chicago. It's a possibility Lonzo Ball may not even play this season with that knee.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's something to look at. In our favor.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I've been saying it for the past month, I believe. I think the Knicks have a real shot at being a top 6 team. I don't have any faith in anybody else except for the top 4 teams, and everything else is up for grabs. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All that is up for grabs. That includes the Chicago Bulls. I ain't afraid of Chicago. I ain't afraid of Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? I ain't afraid of those teams. Like those teams, we can beat them. When we didn't have a point guard, when we didn't have a point guard last year, we were in a lot of games, and now you add that factor into having that decision maker at the end of games is going to flip flop from losing those close games to probably winning those close games and changing some of those win column numbers to our favor. So
Right.
I think we have a real shot at being the top 6 team in the league. We're going to surprise a lot of people, man. I have a lot of faith in this team, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, with a point guard, you can win. You know those 50-50 games. You know, when we were in them and then lost, having a point guard does make the difference in those 50-50 type games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And having IQ guys, like those 2 signings were big IQ players. Jalen Brunson is a smart player. He's an IQ guy. That's really going to help us. Isaiah Hartenstein is an IQ player. That's really going to help us in certain moments of the game when you need your smarts more than your athletic ability to get it done. That's going to change the narrative for a lot of this stuff, man. Like, I really feel really good about this team.
Yeah, I'm going into the season with no expectations, right? Because whatever happens is whatever happens, right? So I'm not going into the season expecting them to be whatever 4 or 5, however you want to put it. I'm just going in with low expectations, and whatever happens is whatever happens, you know, whether it's the highs or whether it's the lows. And if the season turns out to be a failure, like last season was, then some changes need to happen. But if this is a rebound and this is just a build off of the year before when Julius was an all-star, we was in the playoff. If this is a build off from there, then we keep on building. But if it's a reset or if it's a failure like last year, then just knock it down and just start over. That's why I'm just going in with low expectations, and whatever happens is whatever happens. Kevin Middleton in the chat, he said that we dodged the bullet with Lonzo. Lonzo was somebody that I wanted the Knicks to go after. I was proven to be wrong with that. So, you know, the Knicks definitely dodged the bullet with Lonzo, to your point, Soulfinger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was really against Lonzo. I was against paying him that money. I was against trading for Lonzo, giving up an asset to get him in-house so that we had the ability to sign him. I was really against him. And I'm not gonna be like, yo, you know, I was right or this and that, you know, for what had turned out to be, you know what I'm saying? I just thought that it wasn't exactly the right fit money-wise. It wasn't the right fit personality-wise. The only thing that I really liked about him was his 6'6" size and the defense. You know, that was something that I was very encouraged about.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
I just want to say something to Anthony D. Like, yo, when you gonna let it go, bro? Like, this is a new year, man. Like, you know, let's try to be upbeat about our team and try to like what everybody's doing instead of, you know, always like downing them and always being on the negative side of things, because, you know, that's really not gonna bring to anything, bro.
Well, that's true. I want to say something to you, Lonzo point. I felt like Lonzo Ball over Evan Fournier was a win, right? Because that pocket of money. Oh, here go our boy. Not our boy like that. Here go our man. Bam.
What up, gents?
El Presidente.
Oh yeah. Greetings, greetings, all of you. Now keep going with the flow, man. I'm liking this flow. Keep going with the flow.
Yeah, man.
You know, optimism or the neutrality.
See,
drop the pessimistic. That's all. Keep on going, man.
When you bring up the Caribbean League or anything in the Caribbean, that's when our boy comes in. Say it three times.
Jamaica, boom, 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 Jamaica.
Hey, you know, once you said that, he was ready to come through that window, do a tuck and roll.
Lord of mercy.
Yeah. You seen he had to pull over. He was on the Major Deegan and he had to pull over to the side of the road for a conversation.
What he was doing, he was moving down the 405. He was down there coming down the 405 real hard, and he heard that he had to pull over.
That's I was on the 405. In fact, oh man, you know exactly where I was.
Right. Hey, so Wiz.
I knew I heard a goat somewhere.
Right. Hey, so Wiz, you saying that you can't do PLFs no more? Soulfinger, my man, can't do PLFs no more. you can't hit the ground, tuck and roll. Rip off that shoot, pack it up.
I can hit the ground, but it's gonna be a thud.
So now you are a dirty rotten leg. You are
it's no more fast react for him like that. It's fast. You got to pick one. You're gonna either have the fast or the react. That's what he's saying.
Exactly. Oh man. Go ahead, man.
So Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says the best 1 Brunson, 2 IQ, RJ, Obi, Randle. Okay. I could see that. That means IQ starting and RJ staying at the. Well, I don't know, because if you just talk about minutes, if it's just a minutes thing, you don't necessarily have to start. If you get a empirical role that is defined by the coaching staff before the season starts, and you embrace that role and get an A+ in that role, you don't have to start, right? You don't have to start as long as you're in that role and people can expect you to fulfill that role every night, right? And so say IQ, if IQ doesn't start, but he gets 27 minutes, those are like low-end starter minutes. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so yeah, I appreciate that, Paris Duggar, man. You know, I feel you. I kind of feel you on it. But gents, where do you see this team going? Like going into camp, do we have a clear direction?
I mean, I personally don't think it's clear yet, because we've got a few what ifs. As far as some of the younger guys, you know, one of the other what ifs is you know, I'm a huge Hartenstein Hive guy. I think the what if for him is what if he does get 25 minutes a night consistently, and then some. I think it's going to change the dynamic of our team. And the thing is, also with Cam, you know, there's a lot of what ifs right now. You know, still for me to feel that there's a clear. And now the constants are obviously the Brunson, RJ, Randle, and Mitch at the starting lineup. The what if is that I don't even want to call it the 2 or 3 thing with RJ. It's to me they're just going to be 2 combo swing players. Right. I like having 2 athletes there. I don't like the whole definition. He's a 2, he's a 3. A lot of people say because some guys in a position right because a lot of guys they may cover a lot of 2s on defense, but offensively they're more of a driver or a 3 guy. Or on defense they'll cover a 3. It's an offense-defense thing too.
Hey, Coach, let's break down your first point because you said you said 3 different things, and I think 3, and I think all 3 deserve like their individual attention. The first thing you said is Hartenstein getting 25 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. So with the mindset that in 90% of NBA games there's only going to be 240 minutes,
right?
You give Hartenstein 25. That means there's 215 minutes left between 8 or 9 other players.
Right.
Right. So if Hartenstein plays 25 minutes, it's a 2-parter, right? So if Hartenstein plays 25 minutes, who does not get to play in that scenario where you have a remainder on average, and this is on average, not every night, of 215 minutes. How do you break that down between 9 other players, right? And then 2, if Hartenstein is getting 25 minutes, are you basing that on him improving and getting better? Or if he earned those 25 minutes and he's actually bringing something to the table right away?
Yeah, well, it's the latter. I think he's going to earn that, and he's going to show his worth that much more.
Yeah, he's already good. He's already worth the $8 million. Yeah. Okay.
I know it's hard for some people that haven't delved into looking into what he's done so far. They just look at Basketball Reference or ESPN stats, and they just the basic stats, and they just look at how come he hasn't played this many games or this many games. You know, there's other things that transpired, but the facts are when he has gotten opportunities to play, especially this last season with the Clippers, he has produced at, as we all know, we've gone in deep delves about this guy's analytics. You know,
right?
He's shown that he's an elite player when he's on the court, and that's what it comes down to. I don't care about sample sizes. I don't care about how long people can sustain things. Like the limited amount of minutes. The facts are when he's on the court, he's an elite player. I know that sounds crazy to say out loud, but you can only do what you can do when you're on the court. Like, I don't think it's necessarily his fault. Things are out of his control. You know, as far as if he ain't on the court, he can't show what he can do. You know, and that goes for everybody. You know, the same argument that people make. Oh, if IQ played more, or if Grimes, well, they all got chances to play more than Hartenstein has. And they didn't do anything.
Well, they were,
and they didn't show. Yeah,
they were. So Hartenstein to the Hartenstein IQ thing, coach, I think is a smidge unfair. And based off of this, and hear me out. I'm not saying that you're tilting the conversation. I'm just saying it's unfair to the player because Hartenstein was thrust in situations where his team were making the playoffs, and they couldn't give him minutes because any game that they took a chance and lost hurt their championship aspirations, right? When you're talking about the Houston Rockets behind Tyson Chandler, when James Harden was there, Hartenstein was there. You're not getting ready to give Hartenstein minutes over Clint Capella, and you got James Harden trying to lead that team to a championship. You know what I'm saying? And you're not getting ready to play Hartenstein over Ivan Zubac and with the Clippers trying to give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? When the Clippers were trying to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to give Harden. You're not going to try to develop a big man when the ultimate goal is to win a championship. You don't have time for that. You know, the thing with Quickly is Quickly's competition since he's been here has been Alfred Payton, Kemba Walker, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., Derrick Rose, Alec Burks. That's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand your point, but what I'm saying is to the Hartenstein point is give Peace a chance. That's what I'm saying. Like my man never got a chance because those teams were not in development mode. The Knicks with Grimes, Obi, Quickly, this roster had a dearth of talent. And so they were just like, yo, let the best man win regardless of what age.
Right.
What I could say about Isaiah is to me the most important part is like the last 5 minutes of the game. Right. Like if he's on the floor in the last 5 minutes of the game where he can still give us somewhat of a rim protective center and still help us on the offensive side, that's the best of both worlds. He shoots around 70% from the free throw line. So if he gets fouled, it's better than having Mitchell Robinson going to the line or Jericho Sims going to the line.
Right.
So to me, it's not about if he gets 25
by about
minutes.
25 points. By about 25. You talking about by about 25 percentage points better.
Okay.
It's not marginal. It's significant.
Yeah. It's significant.
Hey, Freeze, my fault. I just had the dip or whatever. I got a production meeting in 5 minutes. So Eddie C, it was great seeing you. Soulfinger also, coach, first time on a panel. So just love. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you, Uncle Freezy.
That jersey got heavy. We'll see you later.
Later on.
All right, boss. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Coach, I wasn't trying to dismiss your point. When I'm saying,
no, I didn't take it that way at all.
Yeah, it's one of them things where the kid just didn't get a chance to prove it because of the situation he was in versus a team like us, where if we win if the Knicks win 42 games this year, we're gonna celebrate, bro. You know why? Because we hadn't won 42 games in a long time.
Yeah.
For 42 games by the Houston Rockets, they may have won that by the All-Star break.
Yeah, since Moby Dick was a sardine.
Right. Yeah, 42 wins, man. The Clippers would have won that by March. You know what I'm saying? The situation that we're in, where if we win 42 games, we playing cool in the game, bro. Celebrate good times. Come on.
Your John Lennon cool in the gang references. You actually, when you mentioned the 25 minutes, and you wanted to break that down, and you're talking about what 215 left over. I thought you're gonna go straight to the numbers game. As a Brooklyn Tech graduate, Techie's got to think about the numbers.
That'd be cool to do. I wouldn't mind.
So if we break down the numbers, let's knock it out. I'm going to give Brunson 35. I think that's something that's not unexpected. It sounds like a lot, but I think Brunson
35 minutes at point guard, bro.
I think it's possible with Tibbs because he's young and strong. I don't think he's out completely.
That's what I figured he was going to get. 35.
Right. So 32 to RJ, maybe 32 to RJ and Randle, 32-33.
Well, so I think he's going to leave RJ in too much. I think he's going to be like 35.
It's possible. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to go to the high end, we could do 35.
Wait. So you said 30. So you said 35 for Brunson, right?
Yeah. Let's add this up.
35 for Brunson.
I was going to go 33.
Brunson.
Go ahead.
So if Brunson gets 35 and Hartenstein gets 25, that means there are 180 minutes left for 8 players.
Knock down another 65 for Randle and RJ.
So wait a minute,
33 each.
Now they're gonna play 70. They're gonna play 70.
35 each. Yeah.
Yeah, 35. Yeah, about 35 each. So when you take down 70 for the RJ and Randle combination, that means there's 110 minutes left to go for 6 players.
Exactly. So that's where I want to go from there. And what's that going to be?
Your two guard.
So 2 guard is where Fournier comes in, and I'm saying he won't get more than 25.
He will get 25. He averaged 30 minutes for his career.
I'm gonna call.
Not this year.
Ready? Okay, so 25 for Fournier.
Hey, Wiz, he averaged 30 for his career. Why would he not get 30 minutes? He a 30-minute per game player. Look at it. Look at his career. Once he became an NBA starter, he's been 30 minutes a game for his career. Just explain. No, just Wiz. What I'm saying is just explain to us why Evan Fournier would accept a reduction in minutes by 5 minutes. Why would he take that?
It's not going to be a choice. I think because of the goal to rebuild and develop.
Development.
I don't want to bring in all the factors about Tibbs not being in line with the front office, where he's still thinking win now, but the front office still thinking. I mean, Leon is saying we're going to develop our kids, and yes, we want to win, but we want to develop our kids. So I'm leaning towards him compromising on Fournier. His only compromise would be Fournier, because that's the hole he has to go. You see, I'm showing you I'm flexible. That's Tibbs' one flexibility.
Oh, okay. All right.
Fournier.
All right. So let's go with that. So say Fournier accepts a reduced role of 25 minutes a game, right?
Yes.
I just want to ask.
So how many? Go
ahead.
Just real quick, how many minutes does Mitchell Robinson play?
Oh, that's right. Mitch is going to get hard size remaining 23, right?
So now Mitch comes off the bench.
Well, based on coach's 25. I'm based on coach's 25.
I mean, I think Mitch can start still.
But he goes 23. They're going to split it. So I was going to base on coach's 25. I would have gone Mitch 25 or Mitch 26, Hart 22.
Well, I think Hart's going to get some time at the 4 in there. That's why I was going to think that was going to be even 25.
So Mitch played 27 minutes last year. I think it'd be safe to say that Mitch coming into the season healthy gets at least what he played last year.
Okay. All right. Let's do that.
So let me ask the question just to make sure that I'm on the right page with you guys, and so you can understand sometimes when I'm coming from. Who do we think is the backup 2 guard?
I don't know.
That's why I'm breaking it down like this. I want to see what's left.
See, this is the thing.
That's why.
This is the thing. You're trying to predict something right now. You can't even really clearly predict who's going to do what. Just the way it is. The one person, 2 people. Okay, 3 cats we know are solid. Well, really 4, and that's it's going to be Brunson, Randle, RJ, and Mitch.
Right.
You know, the rest of it is up in the air. So you can't even really say that. And they're saying Fournier right now. It's Fournier right now, but who's to say? Because Tibbs. The way I've been taking some of this, and I'm not, I take things they're saying with a grain of salt. Since Freezy had that, you did the one show when you were breaking down the interview with Leon.
Right.
And then you listen to other stuff Leon has said. It's like he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. Really, it's where I kind of take it. He says some things, but then you go back and you play it and you go and look at the actions. It's kind of like he's saying both sides of his mouth. Yeah, he said he's the end all be all say all. But then you got to look at how Tibbs runs things. Yeah, granted the team is different and flipped. So it's not nothing, you're looking at what happened over the last 2 to 3 years. We don't have, it's clear as mud on what's going to go forward, if that makes any sense. Because you really don't know who's going to fit where. We do know one thing, Tibbs going to play guys for a long time. He's going to run them in the ground. We know that. He's going to get the most. He's going to squeeze blood out of turnip when it comes to guys and playing time. So trying to figure out who's going to fit where and who's going to go this. There's so many reports out there. Right now, I'm just going to wait and see what falls from, from training camp and the preseason. And then we'll get an idea going in.
Well, I asked that question. I was trying to see, the answer was fine, but I was trying to see another route because most people think that Quentin Grimes should be starting at the 2 guard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've gone on debates and these platforms about why Quentin Grimes should be starting in front of Fournier because of the defense, youth. We didn't want to trade him, this and that. But in actuality, for our team, Quentin Grimes, for this team in particular, at this moment in time, the way it's built, Quentin Grimes is the backup 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Behind RJ Barrett.
But let me say that because Eddie C, I feel like you setting us up for a deeper conversation. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I think that's an exceptional thing. But like you bringing forth, like you're nudging us towards a deep dive into a conversation that may hurt some people's feelings, right? and the reason being is because basically what Eddie C is saying, that one of the fan base's favorite players is not going to get minutes.
Got to go.
Right? Yeah. And based off of what Eddie C said, just right there, it's either Cam Reddish or Obi Toppin. But let me finish this with Wiz stated, because I want to. Eddie C, can we put a pin in that and just talk about that in a few seconds after we finish with Wiz?
No problem, bro.
Okay. Hey, so everybody just think about what Eddie C introduced to everybody, and get your pistols ready, because I think we about to start. This is gonna be a shootout at the OK Corral.
Yeah, it's about to be some smoke in the city.
Right, it's about to be smoke. But Wiz, so you mentioned 6 guys getting minutes, right?
Right.
The first guy off the bench you mentioned was Isaiah Hartenstein, or he was the one that was mentioned. Right. Who's the backup point guard, and how many minutes does that player get?
And that's where we start looking at those minutes.
Nah.
Okay.
Tell me who it is.
Hey, you ain't gonna do no two to real march on us on that one.
Yeah.
No two to real march.
Okay, so my backup point guard, I can't see anything else but following the development plan of IQ.
Okay, how many minutes is he getting?
And IQ is getting.
He played 23 minutes last year.
Oh man! But he's going to be combo. He's going to do backup point and small shooting guard as well. So he's going to get at pure backup. He's getting the full. He's going to get the full 13 that's left, right?
What?
From the pure backup point guard.
All right, 23 minutes. So he's getting 23 minutes, right?
He's getting 13 left.
No. It don't matter. Just the total. The total number is what matters.
He's getting. Yes,
well, I think he's going to say he's getting 13 at point guard, and then the other. How much from the shoot guard side?
But what I'm saying, the Wiz is a 13 plus 10 is still 23. It don't matter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying is if it's 20, because if you diminish IQ's numbers, take a step backwards, that means you're diminishing his overall value in the league. He played 23 last year, and if you give him less than that, that means he is not in the plan. So are you giving them what number were you talking about giving them?
No, I was looking 20 to 23 range. Yes, I was looking at that range.
One number though. What number is it?
Let's lock in 23 because I think it's too valuable not to give him that much.
Okay.
And he's most likely going to get more than that. Because at the end of the day, you're just probably thinking about like per game, but things happen during the season where
he
can get upwards of 35 minutes a game for 2-3 games.
When Derrick Rose get injured or something happen, I get that part.
Right. Hey, Freeze, you see what Jerry? I mean, because you see what Jerry Fitz put in, how he broke it down number wise.
Now I was just focused on what Wiz was saying. I'm gonna look at it, bro, but I want to get through this thing with Wiz so that we can get to what Eddie C was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just real quick, just to do because we got like 3 topics open at once. I just want to finish one before we move on to the other one.
All right.
That's all.
Yep.
So Wiz.
I think IQ's getting all those minutes at the 2, by the way. But
who? So Wiz, who's going to be the backup 2, and how many minutes are they getting?
Okay, so what's left? How much time we have left?
Nah, just tell me who. Just tell me the number.
Grimes,
and how many minutes is he getting?
15.
Wow, he got 17 last year. So he got 17 last year.
Yes,
and you're saying that he's going to get 15 this year.
I think they're gonna make. I think Tibbs gonna do that. So yes.
All right. So Grimes gets 15. All right. So who's getting the small forward minutes? How many minutes is Cam Reddish gonna get?
See, now I'm trying to make you do the math in my head.
Don't do that, but just tell me what, because we want to. Because you got Eddie C and Soulfinger waiting.
Cam getting 12 minutes, man. Cam getting 12.
12 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're gonna make him stop. He's gonna pay the.
Fournier's just got to go, bro. Just saying.
I know.
So all right. So who starts at the 4?
So
off the bench, who starts
Obi.
at the 4?
Obi.
How many minutes a game Obi's getting? Obi Toppin getting?
This is gonna break his heart because there ain't that many minutes left.
Are you talking about starting? Are you talking about as in starting? This is all starting?
No. This is
here.
No, this is
game. Time
15.
period.
Yes, sir. That's what it is. So, I'm trying to get. I want to get to the thing that you just brought up, but Wiz is slowing us down. Wiz
15.
On
15. I'm throwing 15 out there.
Hey, so Obi can't get 15 because you don't have 15 minutes left.
Exactly. He gets to. So that's where Cam loses some minutes.
No, we're not gonna do that. Adjustment. What it is
you ain't doing 2 to the real March.
That's what I'm saying.
Go to the real March.
So for everybody keeping tally, based on what Wiz said, Obi Toppin is gonna play 8 minutes a game. That is the number of minutes left.
So and he's losing even more. He's losing even more minutes now.
Right, and based on what Wiz's formula, Derrick Rose gets 0 minutes.
0. Bad.
Yeah.
Bad. Yeah. I'm talking about in the ideal game in which the need.
Someone's got to go.
I'm just gonna put this caveat out there. Like,
I was saying,
he was seen with a blue jersey at the end of practice. They're finding a way to get him into the first unit.
Wow.
Who's that? Who's Cam?
Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin.
Okay.
Be it that they have already spoken to Julius Randle and have already told him, this is not an indictment on your game. We're just going to curtail your minutes to help the betterment of the team, which I think he will be all for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he wants to play 35, 36, 38 minutes a game and get tired every game for 82. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, Randle showed in the past he can produce the same numbers he produces now in 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a way for Obi Toppin to get minutes with the first unit, which I think is probably the best unit with Brunson, with Mitchell Robinson helping him on the defensive end and shooting around him. So I'm just going to put that caveat out there.
So
if you guys are taking that stance with Julius, why are you not taking the same stance with Derrick Rose and Fournier?
Interesting.
What stance are you referring to?
Yeah, I never.
Because what D Rose and Fournier produce is more volume based. I mean, as far as Fournier for sure.
No, but he's not talking about on-call production. He's talking about shaving minutes now.
Yeah.
If you're shaving Randall's minutes, why are you not shaving? But let me get to.
Yeah.
Well, I think the reason for Steven Reynolds' minutes was more for preservation for him.
But not for Derrick. But not for Derrick Rose.
Well, Derrick Rose is just in general just trying to stay healthy. Is limiting his minutes.
Okay, let me get to Soulfinger. I just wanted to. Hey,
Yeah.
Soulfinger, you mentioned the thing what my man made in the comment section. Was that directly related to what Wiz was saying, or is it that you would want to speak to a greater point?
No, I was just speaking to another point. I wouldn't even pay attention to what anybody was saying in the comments or whatever. I was just, as you're saying, I was just going along the way thinking about that, because trying to make, and that's just the way I'm looking at it. I'm taking my approach to the season.
It's related. It's directly related. No, it's related.
Because I'm not getting high, because like I said, the season before I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna be. I sipped the Kool-Aid and it was full of cyanide. And yes, that great Kool-Aid, that black man champagne tastes so good. But when I was laying on the floor, flopping around like a fish,
Jim
foaming at the
Jones,
mouth, Jim Jones all the way out, thinking about all this, because I had to come down to earth, because I was like, I was riding the wave of that fourth seed, and not being realistic about it, not being negative, not being whatever. I'm just where I'm looking at it, my approach this season, and then I got to look at who the coach is. You got to look at the players. You got to look at the minutes that's divvied up. You got to look at some of the things in the past. You got to move forward, because you got to break things down and kind of analyze how it's going to work. A lot of us want to see Cam get some action. However, is Cam favorite? Does Tibbs trust Cam?
We don't know.
We don't know. You say it's that Samuel Jackson, unknown.
But Soulfinger, based on what Wiz said, though, no, because Wiz said all the young guys, for the most part, all the young guys are diminished minutes, except RJ's, whose minutes are the same.
But the thing is, Tibbs is setting that bar, because if he's giving Fournier the minutes that you think he's going to give him still, then that's the pivot he's decided to make. And then because if you're willing to give Fournier 30 minutes still, like you say he's going to give him, then you're not looking to progress and develop the younger guys.
Well,
so
my thing, this is my question to everybody, because we're saying younger guys. Who's old on the team? You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm not saying.
Fournier. Hold on, let him finish.
It's not at you, Coach. I'm just saying, because we're saying younger guys, like we still got rookies on the squad. These cats have been in, when we're going to look at them as being considered like vets, because, you've been in 3 to 4 years, you considered a vet, right?
Yeah, no.
So,
I'm with you on that.
So now, and then they moved, you move some of the cats out of the way. The older cat we got on the team is Derrick Rose. He's a senior citizen on the squad.
Right.
Then following, was it Fournier, then Randle.
Right.
And then after that, everybody else is really under 24. Well, then Obi. I mean, he's older than a lot of the others. So we do have pretty much a young team. We don't have, Derrick Rose is the oldest cat we got on that team.
Right.
For anybody to think that Derrick Rose is not going to get any time, hey, man, you must be high, drunk, and insane, because Tibbs is going to play that man. The problem I have is my concern is, how long will he play Derrick Rose? Because, he barely got a third of a kneecap and a quarter of an ankle.
Right, but Soulfinger, in the grand scheme of things, I just want to say this before we move on to what Eddie C was saying. In the grand scheme of things, Derrick Rose is not old for a veteran.
No.
Derrick Rose
is 31.
Yeah, Derrick Rose.
He'll be 32 next month.
He's like Curry age, something like that.
He's younger than Steph Curry. Remember, he came out after Steph Curry. He came out after Kevin Durant, right? So even though Derrick Rose is older for our team, he's not an old man in terms of NBA age. But Eddie C, let's get into this thing, because I think a few of us are chomping at the bit to kind of hey, Soulfinger, I appreciate you for that too, bro. That perspective, like thinking at things because this stuff is not linear, bro. Like you can't just think about this stuff in a straight line. So I just want to give you to have to clear the pathway so that you can break this thing down instead of trying to, inject points while others are, what I'm saying? But Eddie C, the thing that you mentioned, bro, the thing that you mentioned, I think there are gonna be some hurt feelings. Like for instance, when you mentioned it, the first thing I thought was, how in the world am I gonna keep Coach M off of Eddie C? Right? That's what because basically what you said, Eddie C, is what you alluded to is if Grimes is the backup small forward, that means our darling Cam Reddish is not going to get minutes, and if he gets minutes, that means he's chopping into Obi Toppin's minutes, and that means
Yeah.
the Obi Toppin fans are going to be upset. And if Obi gets his minutes and Cam gets his minutes, the key people in the Grimes hive are going to have their feelings hurt.
Yeah.
So,
And another one more thing to it, Freeze, and this goes back to what Coach was saying. Evan Fournier, and I'm not saying, please hear me out and don't misconstrue what I'm saying. It goes to what Coach was saying. If you trade Evan, if you moved on for Evan Fournier, not saying that's what I'm saying, it opens up minutes because he can hold a few positions. He holds minutes. So a lot of people will probably look at you removing Evan to give more time to them. My thing is, like you said, it's going to be a lot of table flipping and chairs throwing in this situation because Grimes, you got the Grimes hide, the Obi hide, the Cam hide,
right?
And everybody's got it's like Game of Thrones, man. Everybody got their flags and they storm into the fight, man. Swords and shields, ready to get it in for their play.
So they talk about legacy. They talk about how they great grandfather did. You like the old Viking movies? When they talk about lineage, yeah, man, that's what it's gonna be on the battlefield.
I'm from the Obi tribe.
Yeah,
I'm from the Obi clan, and
I'm going to show you my perspective of how I feel about this situation here and why I'm not tripping over these guys getting 25 to 30 minutes per game and this and that. I think Evan Fournier is going to have one of the better seasons of his career.
Okay.
Off the bat, I think Evan Fournier is going to have one of the better seasons of his career. I think that the way the team is built, it's built for him to be better this year. The camaraderie, having a year under his belt with his teammates, I think he's going to become a better player this year. Right? Secondly, I'm not opposed to letting the kids not have 30 minutes per game or 40 minutes per game. I think that they can still have a little bit more seasoning under their belt because I'm in no rush. You know what I'm saying? These guys still have, after this year, there's still 2 more years before we have to give Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly a contract. Quentin Grimes 3 more years. You know, the only one that's probably on the clock at the point in time is Cam Reddish. But he wasn't we traded for him. He wasn't a guy that we drafted, so he's like in a different type of situation. But even him and himself, if he can come in this year and play the great defense that I think he can, and have a legit healthy season, he's gonna get playing time. Because if we know anything about Coach Thibodeau is you come in, you play defense first. That's how Quentin Grimes got his game. That's how Quentin Grimes got his minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because as Freezy has well alluded to, Quentin Grimes only scored 6 points per game in 17 minutes per game. You know what I'm saying? But when he came into the game, he played.
And he averaged less in the second half. He didn't get better. He got worse scoring.
He got injured, and things happened to him. So he has to get rid of that bug, because that's one thing that bothers me about him, because I love Quentin Grimes, is he has to take care of that injury aspect of his game. But he came in and played defense, and if you're gonna endear yourself to Coach Thibodeau, you're gonna come in and play defense.
Well, yeah. That's the thing. You got it. Yeah, defense is a thing to win. If you want to win Tibbs' heart like that, pull at his heartstrings, you got to come in and play defense. That's a good point right there, Eddie.
I think Cam Reddish has the ability to do that, and I think he wants to do that. I think he learned that this is how I'm going to get in with the team, because his buddies on the team. Like, if there's any best case scenario for Cam Reddish to succeed in the NBA, would probably be playing with RJ Barrett.
Yes.
Somebody that has the organization's ear, somebody that can say, no, like, this guy's working, man. Like, this guy, I really want him to be around because he's special, this and that. So he has a door in the foot to be in the organization long term, but he has to want it. And hopefully this year he's gonna want it. I saw some things in his interview that make me like him more, because I really wasn't a Cam fan. I like his game, but everything has to click for me. Your personality, your game, your leadership skills, a whole bunch of different things. And I saw some things in there that that made me like him a little bit more. And then he has all the talent in the world, so that's not a question.
I mean, the thing for me though with Fournier, and I think every player in our team has a chance to have their best season because of our point guard situation.
Okay.
And the problem for me is with Fournier is what he does well and what his worth is. Is shooting, obviously, and we don't have a lot of good shooting per se. But we've alluded to this before on other nights and days and panels, that you can make up for, like, a lot of his success is volume based. I mean, with the 3-point shoot, I mean, I don't want to say it's an illusion, but it's a lot of smoke and mirrors what his shooting production is right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of his shortcomings in other parts of his game, to me, below the potential of the other guys that can replace him, don't overshadow it enough. Like the other things he does well besides shooting, I mean, the other things he doesn't do well, I think the other guys' ceilings in those other parts of Fournier's game, they can make up for the shooting. I think that's just my personal opinion. But if we're going the Fournier route, then we're a lot of people that are going to be mad again, because that means we're not giving young guys minutes. That's what it comes down to.
One thing I want to hear
on my point with the minutes. It started on the premise that coach was running 25 for Hardenstein, which meant, and also bringing in that Mitch is going to get his 20 to 30, which was not my premise. So I do want to correct that. I based it on coach's 25 at Hartenstein, which I think initially is incorrect based on Mitch maintaining his.
Hey, Wiz, can we just move on and stay on this one though?
Okay.
Yeah, let's just stay on this topic, man, and then we can circle back.
Yeah. I just want to say one thing, Free School. Everybody, we've been rocking, but Jay didn't really get a chance to get in.
Yeah, that's what I was going to.
Because I've been looking at my man.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I'll pop in.
Oh no, because I know Jay. Because I heard Jay get down. He had a lot of good points. Let's see, waiting for him to get in, but. Right. Everybody been rocking.
I got a point about the minute distribution, but I just want to make sure I'm driving over the bridge real quick. I don't want to make sure I don't get cut off, so I'm gonna let y'all keep rocking.
Okay.
But Eddie C's point was still on, right? Eddie C's point.
Right.
You didn't mention the Rose Hive or the IQ Hive. You mentioned the other guys' hives. Those hives, I mean, even the Mitch Hive is in there as well. Those hives are gonna go crazy because in reality, everybody is going to sacrifice this year except perhaps Brunson. Or everybody should sacrifice this year except perhaps Brunson. There should not be anyone who loses their mind because their guys went down 3 minutes or 5 minutes.
Yeah,
no one should lose their mind.
We really, to be honest with you guys, we really shouldn't be tripping about how many minutes each player or each person gets. Our favorites, our not favorites gets. Like, we should be really focusing on how the team is gonna be better and win as a team. Because at the end of the day, if we win 5 games in a row and Obi Toppin only played 10 minutes in each of those games, we're gonna be a happy fan base. We can critique the reasons why Obi Toppin only got 10 minutes per game and then go from there. But as a whole, we're gonna be
nobody
happy.
Gonna care.
Ain't nobody gonna really Ain't nobody
winning cures
really
everything, man. Winning cures everything. That's the medicine that everybody needs. That's the only other, when it comes to this, other than the BC powder and Vicks, winning cures everything, man. Let's keep on. And the only reason you don't hear people the Rose and the IQ and the Mitch High, because they pretty much set. We know that Rose is gonna get his. Tibbs is not going. Long as Rose is healthy, he gonna put him in. IQ is the grandson he never had. He gonna get his. Mitch Mitch plays he's the rim protector. He's gonna get his. But the other hives, the other groups that you hear about are the most vocal ones out there, and they're gonna let their voices be heard. You
I
got
think
the
Coach and I are going to dispute that Mitch minutes. I think iHeart's going to mess Mitch up so badly that the Mitch minutes are going to be diminished. But they can't complain when iHeart is like Coach and I agree, and of course EG 14,000 that Mitch when iHeart comes in there and you start seeing him hit those threes and makes those passes and send those picks and still rim protect and still rebound, we're gonna lose
Catches
our minds
lobs.
and wonder why. We're gonna wonder why Mitch is on the bench because it's 16 million or whatever, $15 million. We're gonna be like, okay, I see why, and that's gonna be one that I think will not be disputed.
See, I'm at the point now. I'm not even calling them young guys anymore. It's a what player, because it's coming down to some points where it's gonna be what player you like to see on the floor more. For a while we've been screaming, get Obi more minutes, get Obi more minutes. Oh, now get Grimes more minutes. Grimes need to play the young guys. IQ's doing this and this, that, and the third. See, really come down to, and it's like Eddie C was saying, if Obi gets if he's getting 10 to 12 minutes and we putting up W's and that 10 to 12 minutes impactful, you may have some rumblings from the hive, but they'll be happy with the W. But the minute you get you go on that 5-game win streak turn to a 5-game losing streak. Oh man, that's when that's when the backside falls out, bro. Everybody, like I said, tables and chairs, tables flip, chairs thrown, people getting slapped, drop kicked in the neck, all that stuff, man. All hell breaking loose. So that's what it is. He's got to look at what players and then rotation. I don't pun because we've been talking about Tibbs rotations since Jesus was a baby. But the main thing is the rotations. Is he going to go with an 8-man rotation? Will he go out to a 10-man rotation? Long as he doesn't do what he did, and this one is seared in my brain when we was on a back-to-back and he rolled with a 7-man rotation. He ran 7 in the back. I was like, that made no sense, man.
For me, all this minute talk is like, it's more like they got to earn them. I'm not saying we're just giving them all these people these minutes right off the bat. I mean, you got to earn them, obviously. And a lot of them are situational, and guys don't play in games sometimes. So it's hard to just go on paper. It obviously doesn't look like there's enough minutes when you look at it with each game, assuming all those. There's going to be some games guys are hurt, and they make up all their minutes in one game and might not get as many in the next game. That's how the averages pan out.
Right.
The way I see it is, I don't think everybody should go into this season with the expectation of no minutes for anybody, right? Because the moment that Derrick Rose is having a great game, people are going to complain why we signed Jalen Brunson to $100 million and he's not getting the minutes. The moment Hutchinson has a good game, they're going to say why we.
That's why I wanted Jay to rock. Get it.
And here's the thing is, why do you care?
The moment RJ don't have a good game, why is Quentin Grimes playing? There's always a guy behind each person in each position right now that can argue deserves the minutes, right? So let's not go into the season with unfair expectations. But I need this guy to play 20. I need this guy to play 25. If Julius is cooking, guess what? You'll be lucky to get 8 minutes from Obi.
Exactly.
But like Soulfinger said, if we win, we win. But if we lose, it still can't be the same narrative, right? If RJ's struggling, we can't complain. Oh, he's our star, whatever. If Quentin Grimes is getting the job done, he's getting the job done. If Cam Reddish comes in and does the same thing, we can't sit here and just nitpick about, Quickly didn't get his minutes. So we're winning. We're going to grow somewhere. Now, with that being said, there has to be some type of plan where a development comes in for the kids, where it's like, you know what? Even though this happens, Fournier, you're going to play this part, but we know we need to get Quickly this amount of minutes. And if whoever's hot, just finish the game. We can take it as a game-by-game basis because, in the beginning of the season, it's going to always happen that way. All the rotations are going to be funky. So Tibbs figures out the group that he likes, who works what does he say? Which group works best with each other. It's going to take 20, 30 games for him to figure something out. So going into the season, let's just go with no reasonable expectations of minutes. we'll just see how it goes and let the things play out. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you 100%, Jay.
See, that's why I wanted Jay to get in. I knew Jay was gonna come in here and drop it.
You know it's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. I can't believe Derrick Rose is playing over Jalen Brunson. I can't believe Grimes is playing over RJ. You know what? If it's a situation,
that's like people have that clout chasing a narrative that you're like, that's just people that go on Twitter and just see like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Why did Cam didn't play today? This and that. We lost by 1 point. If Cam would have played, he would have made that free. You know what I'm saying? It's just to me, it's really stupidity.
And I'm just looking in the. Oh, sorry, Edison. I just want to say the quick. I'm looking in the chat, and I got to give CA Mafia his props because he is saying something that is actual factual. I'm seeing, and he's saying that Tibbs doesn't let anyone get hot. He goes the same rotation at the same time in every game, which we've seen that happen over and over again. It goes back to what we were saying also about it factors into the minutes because we've seen it with his rotations. Case in point, remember this is going way back when we had
Austin Rivers.
Thank you, Freeze. Thank you. Hey, I'm having one of them senior moments, man. Brain starts shutting down. But Austin Rivers was cooking, and Tibbs stuck to his rotation, pulled him out, then tried to put him back in the game. He could hit an elephant. Man, could have hit an elephant in the backside with an iron.
You talking about the game? Austin Rivers could have went for 60 in that game against Utah.
Yes.
You remember that? He could have went for 60 against Utah.
Then he did it again in Portland with IQ. IQ was lighting him up. Lighting him up like a Christmas tree. What he does, puts him out at this time instead of riding it. So those are the things we talk about minutes distribution. We're looking at if you stovepiping it like that, it doesn't work.
And so and the opposite way, he did the opposite thing in Miami, where he left RJ Barrett in the game against Miami when RJ Barrett was exhausted with his tongue hanging out.
Yeah.
So just because RJ was hot, then you should have took RJ. You saw his shot getting flat. Take him out the game and give him a blow. And then
give him a blow. Yeah, exactly. So that comes down on Tibbs. They need to manage not only just the minutes, but know your personnel. Look at your personnel. Like I said, Coach. If I'm saying anything wrong, Coach, hey, just come at me and let me know. But the thing is, you got to know your people. So you got to know. All right, Freezy coming down. Freezy been cooking. He cooking. Oh, hey, that shot looking kind of flat. His last couple of shots are flat. Oh, we had him out there longer. Let me put him down. Jay go in there and cook. Jay going in, he start cooking. He cooking. Oh, Freezy, you good? You good right now? If we put you back in before, but Jay is hot right now. Jay is on fire. He white hot. But I pull him. But I put Freezy in because he looked like he all right. You got a couple sips Gatorade? All right, Freezy, go back and get it. No, it don't work like that, man. You got to look at your minute. Look, no, don't worry about a set rotation. If we cooking, but again, let me bag up. I ain't gonna go all the way down like that because you got to be able to make adjustments. And that's something that we already know that Tibbs doesn't really do a lot of real fast. We've seen that. I'm gonna leave it alone, man. I'll leave it alone.
Let me do this real quick. So Wacko in Brooklyn, thank you for the generous contribution. Wacko, my man, we appreciate you, bro. Love you, bro. Thank you for rocking with us all the time, man. We appreciate you being here with us every day. Wacko says Tibbs' bench is always 13 to 20 minutes per, depends on the position, right? And I just wanted to say this thing to also the minutes conversation. And this is and I know what y'all are saying, like things are going to be up and down. But the thing we did is not say, this is a rotation. We were talking about this being on average. Mm-hmm. So we understand that there are going to be some Derrick Rose nights. Mm-hmm. Man, there are going to be some Cam Reddish nights, right? But
you may have an iHeart night,
Yeah. But we're talking about, say, over the course of a season, this thing kind of acquiescing to a certain average. And so when we talk about Hartenstein playing 25 minutes a game, when you talk about him that being a rotation, we're talking about over the course of, say, 40 games. That's what it's probably going to average out to. That was our thinking. That's the reason why because Tibbs ain't getting ready to take RJ Barrett out the game, and he know he hot for a dude named Quentin Grimes, for defense. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The coach is going to push their buttons that he feel like is appropriate. You know what I mean? But what I wanted to get to, Coach, you look mighty dark, man. Everything all right?
Yeah, man. You know, it's daylight out. I'm trying to conserve electricity.
Yeah. No doubt.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to be positive. I don't want to be argumentative. I don't agree with everybody right now, so I'm just gonna.
I knew you.
I'm gonna take a breath.
I knew you wasn't gonna agree because when it came down to what Eddie C said, Eddie C did what they call set a trap.
Yeah, just because I know people in the chat are gonna go hard about it. I just the two guys' names.
You really don't have to pay attention to that, Coach, because the people, the ones.
No.
Okay, so
I'm talking about Bo Ishmael. This dude's got a star, okay, on his name, so I can only go hard. He's got a wrench on his name. I can only go so hard on somebody.
Like to me, they got a wrench. If they got a screwdriver, to me,
just
really
the Randle haters, man. It's just ridiculous.
When you say something that people don't agree with, you're always going to get a backlash. I've always been pessimistic for the past 3 or 4 years, and I've always been neutral for the past 3 or 4 years, right? And they were argumentative because I was neutral, because some people thought we were trash, some people thought we were good. Right. So even if you're neutral, you were getting the backlash.
Right. When you're in the middle, when you're in the middle,
I'm not worried about people disagreeing with me. I just don't feel like wasting time with a dumb argument.
True. This year, I'm a little bit more optimistic than I have been in the past 2 to 3 years. And I get the backlash from the other people saying, how can you believe this and that? You know what I'm saying? What makes you think this and that? What, you know what I'm saying? So no matter where you at, no matter if you're negative, no matter if you're positive, no matter if you're neutral, you're gonna get the people coming at you. And that's okay with me, because, you know, if they're coming at Eddie C, Coach, Jay, whoever, so finger, because of whatever they say, that means that's a button that's being pushed.
Right.
And that's what we're here for. We're here for the back and forth.
No, I'm here. Obi needs to go, in my eyes. Dunk contest guys aren't superstars. Okay? That doesn't make him a starter in the NBA. I'm sorry, Wiz. I know you love your man, but the dude is trash. He is. I'm doing my hot take. I'm trying to keep my mouth closed about Obi. He is straight wet garbage. He's a dunk contest guy. I'm gonna take my stance on Obi at this point. I'm just gonna say it. He is hot garbage. Okay. How many dunk contest guys have been stars in the NBA since Michael Jordan? Or Dominique and them guys. I'm just saying, man. That's why people want to forget. That's why we're all about this whole generation of fans, and I'm not saying you're part of that generation, but they're so enamored with the flash and all this crap.
There's a hole in your argument there about the dunk contest, because for many years back, like, the best players have not wanted to be in the dunk contest. Like LeBron James, you know, we can argue.
He said it. He said that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So if the best players don't want to play, we in it. So
that's now.
You can't really say that, like, because you're in the dunk contest.
Kobe and
all right, then name something he does in his position. I mean, I don't even want to start going. I'm just saying, Obi, Grimes, and Fournier, in my book, goodbye. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, Obi and Grimes have been a goodbye for me since last year. I just haven't gone as hard about it because I'm trying to talk about who I like more. Okay. But now I'm at the point where you're starting to take away minutes from guys that I feel deserve it because of other reasons than because I like them, or because their personality.
Obi taking minutes.
Obi taking minutes.
So let me. But before we do that, let's elaborate on Coach's point. Right, I'm gonna name some dunk contest champions, and y'all tell me their impact. Anthony Simons, Derrick Jones, Hamidou Diallo, Donovan Mitchell, Glenn Robinson, Zach LaVine, John Wall, Terrence Ross, Jeremy Evans, Blake Griffin. And then it's the Nate Robinson, Dwight Howard years. Gerald Green, Fred Jones, Desmond Mason, Harold Miner, Isaiah Rada, Cedric Ceballos, D. Brown, Kenny Skywalker.
Dan, you got to go that far back before you name Vince?
Yeah. That's been 20. That's been 20. That's been 20 years ago, bro.
Jeez.
So
I'm just saying, man. Like,
when Coach was saying, to Coach's point, there were a period when the stars only were in the dunk contest, and so you have your Michael Jordans, Dominique Wilkins, right? The dudes that were there at All-Star Weekend because they were all stars, but then once they opened it up, no names into the dunk contest, and made their NBA name over the All-Star Weekend dunk contest.
Right.
You think about it, if Obi Toppin never participated in a dunk contest, how would you feel about Obi Toppin today?
The same.
He reminds me of Kenny Skywalker. Like all the Knicks we had posters and things of him. Wasn't because his play. So our guy wasn't. He did the slam dunk contest. Woo, you know.
Yeah, that has zero impact on me. Simon has zero impact on me, good or bad. But I respect you putting Coach, and I'm not disagreeing with you at all. From your point of view, I understand, and I would have to say I'm in that position where Obi needs to prove himself some more. I've just seen his college game a lot, and I just saw his skill sets that I think is there that's not been unleashed yet, and that's one of the problem. Of course, I also think a lot of super athletic guys compromise their skills because they're so athletic. So many of them depend on their athleticism. And the one thing
that I will say about this whole Obi Toppin situation is it planned out the way it did, where Julius Randle became this type of player, and we needed to re-sign him. But in actuality, the foresight thinking was, if Julius wasn't there, who would we have to supplement Julius when he left?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In actuality, Obi Toppin should be starting 2 years ago, and we don't know what it could be. We don't know what type of player we would be looking at when it comes to like statistics and any other metric that you want to point at. We're just in the situation now where the way it panned out is this is how we have to look at it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the foresight thinking was always when they took Obi Toppin that he was going to be the power forward for the Knicks. Maybe not the first year, but the second year till now.
The future of the power forward. But hey, let me bring in Luke Skywalker Vision. Hey, what's up, bro?
Salute, Freeze. Salute,
man.
Freeze.
It's about time. It's about time you got
Freeze.
up here.
Freeze. Whenever I hear certain conversations, I gotta jump in. This is my second time on, and I really came on to talk to my big brother, Coach.
Yo, all
right,
Coach. You just said Obi Toppin's trash.
Ooh.
You know what's trash to me? A 38.6% win percentage. We have a pig
with no point guard
lipstick on in our locker room, and everybody is acting like Julius Randle ain't there. Listen, Julius Randle is a skilled, highly skilled loser. It's going to take him 8 years of 60% win percentage just to get to 500.
One guy?
Listen, I'm calling you out because you just called Kobe out. Obi out, sorry.
Oh, he ain't Kobe.
Obi already has a 500 win percentage. He's 2 years in the league. He ain't got to work. He don't have to worry about what Julius Randle has to worry about. Retiring a loser. Julius Randle will retire below 500%, and I guarantee you, Obi Toppin won't.
The last I checked, this isn't tennis or golf. Okay, that's an individual sport. Like, how does one individual have that's a team winning percentage? The last I checked. So it's Randall's fault that he's been on trash teams?
No, it's Randall's fault that he doesn't impact winning. He doesn't impact winning.
He impacted the Knicks winning the last 2 years.
No,
if we didn't have Julius Randle, we would have won 20 games.
In La La Land.
We didn't have Julius Randle, we win 20 games, bro.
It was an asterisk season, brother. It was an asterisk season.
Talking about last
Everybody
year.
was shooting out their mind.
I'm talking about last year. We win 20 games without
20
Julius Randle.
Listen, anytime I hear 20 and 10, I think 38.6% win percentage. Anytime I hear 20 and 10, I think 38.6% win percentage.
So it's Randle's fault that Obi doesn't rebound, that he doesn't do anything else that his position
Obi's
should be doing.
Obi's a solid rebounder for his position. He's actually a better he's a better rebounder than Jaren Jackson Jr. I know a lot of you players love Jaren Jackson Jr. on here. He to me is overrated. I won't go as far as calling him bum, but he's overrated. I think Obi Toppin is better than him right now.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know. You can be entitled to your opinion, but I don't know where the win percentage comes into play. When it comes
win percentage happens when you're in the league 8 years, and you only won 1 year out of them, and you had some horrible losing. You know what it says? He doesn't know what winning is. He doesn't know what a winning locker room. We don't know what a winning locker room is. So we're relying on our best player being a loser, not knowing how to win. And everybody's here trying to learn how to win from a loser. We have a conundrum here going on in the Knicks. A real conundrum. We don't have winners. Fournier is a loser. 43% win percentage. He can actually retire if he wins in a couple more seasons. He's not as bad as Randle. Randle might retire a loser, bro.
But yeah, Fournier was in purgatory though.
Really, Mafia? New Orleans was a good
Fournier
team.
Was in Orlando. That's a losing franchise.
Yeah, they were 41 and 41 a lot of years.
But he had a couple years where they made it to the playoffs, which raised his percentage. But what I look for in winning percentage players are players that can come to your locker room and know what it takes to win. These players have already been in winning environments. That's why I want to trade Julius Randle for Jay Crowder, because anyway Jay Crowder goes, he's a winner. He knows what winning locker rooms feel like.
No, because you stay at a Holiday Inn Express don't make you an expert. All because Jay Crowder's been on winning teams. You think he's the direct reason they won?
I'm telling you, he infects and affects winning.
If we're being honest, everybody on the Knicks roster is a career loser except for
exactly. Everyone's a loser.
Because they're young and developing. But when you're an 8-year player,
they play with Randle.
When you're an 8-year player, 9-year player, you're a loser, bro.
Okay,
and your winning percentage is below 40%.
I think it's a little unfair to peg Randle as a career loser.
You got to be careful the way you word certain things. It doesn't matter the percentages that you're throwing out.
Listen,
sometimes you can be the best player and not have as much help around you in the team, and you're not really going to go.
Tell me another player. Tell me another player. And I'm gonna tell you a loser.
I can name 100.
I can show you a lot of skilled losers.
I could tell you a player that was on championship teams and won a lot of games, and you wouldn't think that he would be one of the best players ever in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like Steve Kerr went to play to Chicago, and he has great winning percentages. He's got how many championships? Then he went to San Antonio, and he won championships. So, you know, that right there is flawed, man. You got to be careful the way you come out. You know, I understand if you want to prop up whoever you like. I mean, that's not a problem to me. You know what I'm saying? But slandering somebody else because of whatever.
Listen, it's not a slander when you say somebody got a 38.6 win percentage, bro. That's not slander. That's facts. That's numbers.
No, he doesn't have that win percentage.
So where was this
been on that.
Bro, go to Stat Muse. Go to Stat Muse and ask them.
I don't have to go to Stat Muse because I have something that's called intelligence. It's a team game, bro. It ain't a one-man show. When are you going to learn that? Ask LeBron if it's a team game or not.
Right.
Against
LeBron has
people say LeBron's
LeBron
a
has
loser
an
too.
over 60% win percentage, bro.
Yeah.
That he been winning since he came in the league. Well, he lost his first year he came in the league, but he been winning ever since after that.
LeBron is a 1 of 1.
Yeah.
No, he's not. His win percentage can't compare to a Will Chamberlain, to a Bill Russell.
One player. You don't find those guys at all.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
Will Chamberlain and Bill Russell were
if we're so high on the young guys, we're so high on RJ.
Against plumbers.
The trajectory that the Knicks are going right now,
Chris Webber had a 54% win percentage.
In the same category as Julius, right? You can't hold it against Julius that when he started in the Lakers, they were rebuilding. All right, when he went to the Pelicans, he can't help it that one season that he was there. He comes to the Knicks. We're in
Listen, I'm telling you, he's skilled. He needs to go to a winning environment. That's my point.
Why? Because you think if you think he's a loser, he's gonna make them lose. Then
how is he gonna teach them how to win?
Okay,
it's not his job to teach people to win. It's his job to do his job.
Hold on, Coach. So you're saying Julius Randle's a career loser, right? A winning environment. So you're saying that Kobe Bryant didn't harvest a winning environment while he was at the Lakers?
He had.
I'm asking you a question. You're saying Kobe Bryant didn't harvest a winning environment?
Which Kobe?
No, he didn't.
Wait.
Kobe Bryant was about himself.
Yeah,
Kobe Bryant took all the money and hurt the team in those last 2 years.
Prime, or are you talking about old man Kobe that was over the hill?
Old man Kobe, because everybody still talks to this day about the work ethic that they learned from Kobe while they was there, right?
Right.
Okay.
But work ethic, but his skills were diminished.
But let
me address these super chats real quick, y'all. I'm gonna address the super chats real quick. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, first 20 games, it'll be Tibbs guys, and then the best talent will play. Now on Obi, people don't score 36 and 42 points in NBA games unless they're talented. And I got one more for us just real quick. Let me see. Where is it? Bim. There it is. Jay Boogie, man, Jay Boogie, our brother. What's good, Jay Boogie? Jay Boogie says, y'all telling me that Obi was college player of the year only because he can dunk? If he had the opportunity to be every game starter, not saying I want Julius out there, but his game would develop into a total package. Thank you, Jay Boogie, for your generous contribution, bro. We appreciate you, brother. I got one more. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, old heads who say bad behavior is okay is full of it, right? I got you. I got you on that. Go ahead, Jay. My bad. I just need.
I'm not.
Tyler Hansborough was college player of the year.
Coach, hold on. Let Jay finish.
Yeah,
y'all talking over each other, man.
I'm not defending Julius, and the point you're just trying to bring that he's a career loser. I just think that's an unfair title you're putting onto him. That's all.
Okay. All right. Hey, hold on. Hey, Luke Skywalker, let Coach go. Go ahead, Coach.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I understand you saying
I'm
my
not saying
stance.
I don't want to stand up for it. I'm going to keep going on about something that you can't talk someone into things sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So no matter how much I explain,
Coach just said, "No,
he ain't gonna change." No, because you made that freezy face. Like you were disappointed in me. I wanted to smooth it over with my man.
Well, D'Angelo is here to set the record straight on Julius. Let's go.
God, here we go.
Now, what I wanted to do is
now I'm really gonna be quiet.
Yeah, I just
Coach.
That everybody, like once somebody is talking, everybody else just peace out. Just you know what I'm saying, peace out for a second and let somebody finish their complete thought. Because what happens is when people start talking over each other, regardless of if your point is right or wrong, what it sounds like on a broadcast is garbage. Just keep that in mind. Like when somebody's speaking, just let them finish, whether you agree or not. Because when three people are talking all over each other, it just sound like garbage, bro. That's all.
Yeah. All right. I want to take back my chance to just say a little something before I let everyone else cook for a while.
Go ahead.
My thing is, I'm not saying this to backtrack. Okay. For impact effect. You know, I went hard on Obi to show my not believing in him side. He does have some talent, but I think the only thing he's good for is a bench player. I'm not on this thing where like some other people are that he should be all in on Obi. But as far as what we need him to do for our team and for what the power forward position needs to be in the NBA, he's trash and garbage to me. That's why I went that hard on him. And at the point that how long we've had him already and how old he is now, he should be already be fixing these things. And we need to stop being enamored with the things,
sounds
one
like
or two
you're
things he
talking about
does.
Randle. Oh.
Okay, you're talking about a 2-year player compared to an 8-year player. Come on.
Okay.
So in defense of and I'm not a big. I like Randle's game. I'm a big Randle fan. But in defense of Randle, I also don't agree with attributing a team's performance to one guy unless he's transformative player. I mean, yes, the LeBron, the MJ, the Kobe kind of guys, the Shaq. However, speaking on Obi's behalf, I do think there are mitigating factors that affect Obi regarding whether it's the coach's decisions, the role he was given or lack thereof, the quick, pulling off him for any mistake he made, the reverence for Randle and the lack of a point guard, I think affects Obi's overall play.
Hey, CWC,
I'm not saying,
I had you muted because you got wind blowing.
Oh, okay.
No, not you, Wes.
Okay, so the overall play, I'm on the fence if Obi is a starter in the NBA. I'm not on the fence, however, if Obi is a better fit for the team we have right now compared to Randle, although I think Randle is the better player and a more elite player. So I'm not giving Obi the credit for being a better player than Randle. I'm giving Obi credit for being a better fit for this team right now. I can pick out, in history, I can pick out a lot of guys who would be better than, whether it's James Worthy, even Rodman overall, better player than Rodman, but he's a better fit for the team they had at the time, where they didn't need him to shoot. They just needed him to rebound and defend. And so that's my point.
Let me just say this right quick, man. Y'all smash the like button, man. Support your family, man. Smash that like button. And if you are listening for the first time and just rocking with us for the first time, man, or have come back and not to make the decision to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, turn all notifications on so that we can continue to grow the channel and continue to put dope Knicks content out here in the sports universe. That thing that we are all very, very, very passionate about. Let me get to my man real quick, y'all, just real quick, because I hadn't talked to him in a minute. And I'm also interested to see what Soulfinger is thinking about all this stuff that we just heard, because we just heard about 10 or so different points. You know what I'm saying?
Look, we went from octagon to hexagon to whatever kind of gun you want to think of.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let me bring in my man CWC. CWC, what's good, man?
How y'all doing?
Good, man. Where you been?
Man, I've been chilling, man. And so, man, the storm, man, hit Florida good, man.
Yeah, man. We miss you, bro.
I miss y'all too, man. Man, let me say something about Coach. Yo, this is the Obi high. When you gonna realize? All right, check this out, man. You
Obi
say
for
Obi
life.
is a slam dunk guy, right? But this guy got less minute and giving you 15 points, and another game he gave you 42 points. So where are them points coming from? You know what I mean? If he's just a slam dunk guy.
Garbage time.
That was at the end of the season. That was at the
end of the season. Garbage time. That's what he got.
That was at the end of the season when it doesn't matter.
Are you asking rrhetorically, or are you asking me?
No, you are like Obi is.
He's saying CWC.
Obi getting 13, 12 minutes. How you gonna let somebody? You have to let these guys play, man. You can't let these guys just get 12 minutes and don't get them no burn.
He asked you if you asked him rhetorically, or do you want his answer? Do you want him to talk or no?
Yeah, he can talk.
Again, Coach.
Look, there's a lot of every guy that is on an NBA roster is a very talented human being. Okay, let's not knock that. I'm not saying he's trash human being, a trash basketball player in general. I just think for the position that we need him to be in for this team, he's a trash fit, and he's a trash for what we drafted him to be. Any player, when they get a chance to cook a little bit in the NBA, there's been a lot of we can go down a list of all the people in the NBA that have scored 50 points, 40 points in the game, and some of the players you'd be like, who is that? There's a lot of those.
Coach,
Okay?
I think what you're trying to say also, he's soft. He's soft. He's got talent, but he's soft. And what does he show but dunk it? Because that's all he shows me.
I mean, and it's not that. And look, it ain't about me being an old hat. I'm the most adaptive person at my age there is. I'm all about the new school, the new style, and all that stuff. I'm down with all that. And I ain't looking for him to be this old Oakley type powerful. I don't want all that either. It's not that. He can't shoot, he can't rebound, and his defense is suspect. So now is our minutes? Yeah, I mean, he's not
just as good as Randle, 30%.
Okay, that's fine, but he does everything else. though. The fact that you got in any planet that you guys can justify comparing Obi Toppin to Julius Randle, I can't make any argument to people like that because you guys are already lost.
Man, just say you don't like Obi. Just say you don't like Obi.
We're talking about a 2-year player versus an 8-year player. Of course, the 8-year player is advancing skill sets.
What Randall's problem is,
Randle did it as soon as he came in the NBA. What are you talking about? He's been doing it since he's been in the NBA. What are you talking about? This ain't new. He's been doing this.
He's been losing. He's been losing since he's been in the NBA.
Nobody don't want him.
Hey, so let me just say this real quick. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, I love Randle, but his behavior. Hey, CWC, I'm gonna mute you because the wind blowing kind of hard. So Paris Duggar says,
I don't want ISO play.
Hold on, man.
That's all Randle is.
Hey, hold. Okay, I'm gonna have to listen, man. If y'all keep cutting each other off, I'm gonna have to just bring y'all up one at a time, and I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just chill out. Let me read the super chat and let everybody else just kick it. We got plenty of time. We ain't going nowhere. Paris Duggar says, I love Randle, but his behavior directly sabotaged us. And Paris Duggar, I agree with you. And he directly addressed that on content day. So I'm gonna give the Knicks kudos. For having a content day versus a media day. You know what I'm saying? The content day to me was better than media day because it wasn't just about the media walking around, you know what I'm saying, addressing their agendas and building, you know what I'm saying, giving fuel to the fire about rumors and stories. It was legit about the Knicks walking around just being themselves, not having to dodge bullets and just address the fans and the content creators like ourselves on a certain level of things. So Paris Duggar, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for that. Hey, and Luke Skywalker Visions.
Salute.
You here, right?
I'm here.
When you and Coach were talking, guess what I did? I researched your point about Obi being better than Jaren Jackson Jr. and I think you might be right. And I think you might be right.
A lot of this research was done while watching Blorange Tears and listening to the most thought-provoking MC on YouTube, Freezy.
No doubt.
I just want to say a quick shout out, real quick.
I don't care about Jaren Jackson.
In the chat.
I'm not discrediting.
Hold
better
on. So fingers.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Just steamroll.
I know. Hey, he hit me with the Earl
Head
Campbell
on the swivel. Head on the swivel.
Man, I got ran over by Earl Campbell. No, I'm just saying I want to give a special shout out. We got somebody in the chat we ain't seen in a long, long time. Shout out to Mr. Ryan Cleveland. Man. Uncle Ron is in the building. So everything we had to just shut it down real quick to show some love to our man Ron. Uncle Ron.
Hey, salute. Hey, so let me do this just real quick before we get back into this Royal Rumble in the middle of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't fair to Coach to keep pausing the Royal Rumble for commercial break, right? so let me
y'all pulling the Tibbs, man. I'm hot now. I'm cooled off now.
so shout out to my main man and my brother Ron Cleveland, a dude that I generally love so much. All the way back, I think me and Ron been kicking it since like 2016 or 2017, one of them years when we was like, you know, contributors just like on this show when we were contributing for Nothing But Knicks. Ron, I hope you're doing okay. I hope the family okay. Hey, whenever you get a chance, man, whenever I get a chance, man, I'm gonna call you. I got a bunch of stuff to talk to you about, and I need your help with some stuff. So thank you, Ron, for coming through. We appreciate you, bro. So the super chat, Ed Winning P says, I'm at work cracking up at work. You know the season is near when Obi High versus Randle High debating full-fledged tables, ladders, and chairs.
I'm telling you, hey, coming off the top, man, this is a cage match right here. This is a cage match, first blood.
Yeah, man. Tables, ladders, and chairs.
With the cowbell.
Let me. I'm gonna put something on the screen. I want y'all to see it. All I'm gonna ask is for like 60 seconds, right? So then I can break this thing down, show you the player comp, and then whatever y'all want to talk about, we can get back into that. I just want to show y'all this, right? I don't know if you guys can see this or not, how good you can see it, but I did a player comparison on Basketball Reference, right? And I'm looking at the averages, right? So Jaren Jackson's player efficiency rating is 16.7. Obi Toppin is 16.3. Jaren Jackson's true shooting percentage is 56.6. Obi Toppin's is 60.2. Jaren Jackson's three-point shooting, he's known as the three-point shooting big, right? He is at 38.8. Obi is at 37.2. Right? Here is where things get crazy. Jaren Jackson's total rebound percentage is 10.2. Obi is 11.4. Assist percentage, this whole thing that we say what makes you a star, the thing that makes you a star, assist percentage, Jaren Jackson is 6.6. Obi Toppin is 9.3. Right? Turnover percentage, Jaren Jackson is 10.7. Obi is 9.6. The main factor that separates Obi from Jaren Jackson, in my opinion, is block percentage.
Block percentage.
Jaren Jackson is a shot blocker. Obi is not.
What does that have to do with Randle being a loser? Just threw in a random guy that starts.
No, that's not what I'm
saying.
Because he's right about that.
I only said Randle was a loser because you said Obi was trash. That's the only reason I came on here.
Hey, hold on. So y'all going back, y'all fighting over a bone. That's not even what I said. I said specifically, before I put this on the screen, I said specifically, this is a comparison between Jaren Jackson Jr. and Obi Toppin. I never mentioned Julius Randle's name. And the first thing I talk about is what's this have to do with
because Randle? That's what Luke brought up. That's why he brought up Jaren Jackson.
I don't.
If he wants to sway away from proving why Randle's a loser, he wants to bring another guy's name in the mix.
No, that's not.
And you fell for the bait.
I didn't.
That's not what it is.
Coach, I specifically said before I even put this on the screen. Again, I'm saying this twice.
I understand that's what you're doing now.
Right, but that's why this is on the screen, bro. If you got something against, if you just got something against that point, you have something against that point. The point I made is something separate. What I did,
but what you're doing is you're giving him justification.
That's not what I'm doing.
And credence to his comparison.
That's not what, Coach. I'm not a dumb individual.
I know you're not. That's why this is disappointing me.
What I'm saying is What I'm saying is you're overlooking all the stuff that I just said because that point got you frustrated and you want to prove that point. What I'm pointing out is something different. I respect the fact that you have passion for that point. I'm not saying that point doesn't deserve credence. What I'm saying right now is My man brought up something different, and we wanted to look into it. Because all summer, and for 2 years, we've been talking about Randle versus Obi. The one time somebody brought up something different, like maybe this player is better. Maybe this player is better than we anticipate, and we compare him to a guy that plays the same position in the same role. Maybe we should compare him to that. You brought up Randle again.
No, but the thing is, I'm fine with his building up Obi if that's all it was. Now, if he wants to come in and say, I believe in Obi.
Randle. You about to say Randle name again?
No, I'm just saying my original point was talking about Obi. I'm all for Visions being pro Obi and thinking Obi should be played. Okay, right. and he thinks he's a quality player. I respect that opinion. And if he wants to back that opinion by saying he's better than Jaren Jackson, I'm fine with that too. But for him to say he should be playing and he's better because Randle is a loser.
Oh, so you
that's no, because that's what the original argument was about. Freezy.
Nobody
how
said
am I
that.
not going to say that?
I did not say that. You said
you didn't
Obi
say
was
Randle's
trash.
a loser,
and I came here and I explained to you what trash is.
So y'all
trash is 38.6% win percent.
Freezy, we never finished it though. You went to super chats, which you're supposed to do, I know, and then you went on all these other things, and like you said, I never got a chance to finish the argument
because it's not a one-person show.
No, I know it's not. All right, if that's the case, then I'll step off. Then I'll step off the panel if I'm on here too much. And I'm not butthurt, and I'm not upset at all. I got plenty of other things I'm getting taken away from that. I'll just step back and listen. I'm fine with that. If I'm on here too much, if this turned into a one-man show, I'll take a break.
Yeah,
that is not my intention here.
The wrong way, Coach. Man,
no, I'm not taking it the wrong way.
I'm not. Coach, be good, man. It's
not about. I'm not even Randle hive. I'm Knicks hive. I want the best players to play, and Randle, whether I like him or not, he's the best for us right now. And I don't even like Randle that much.
That's where we disagree.
See, that's fine.
I got a question. I got a question, everybody. How about them ham sandwiches?
Oh, he didn't practice against today. That ham sandwich.
I'm not sensitive and emotional at all. I got a smile on my face. I'm fine. I'm just saying that when someone just says, like, to me, my take that Obi was garbage, okay, was a strong opinion, okay, and it's fine. And he got heated enough.
Let him finish.
No, I'm saying he got heated enough to get on here when he ain't on here that much about it because he believes in Obi, and that's fine. I respect that. But for him to come out with, if you want to give me stats and analytics of his personal play affecting our wins and losses, then yes, I will agree with you. But just saying the teams he's been on that has 30-something% doesn't hold water. It just doesn't.
I mean, it won't hold water to you because you don't look at. You're not looking at win percentage. You're looking at 20, 10, and 5.
But Coach never said he looked at 20, 10, and 5. You're assuming that Coach said 20, 10, and 5. The point that I'm getting at with the Randle thing is we talked about that for 25 to 30 minutes, and a point was brought up about maybe Obi is just as good as other players around the league that have star perception, right? So why not compare Obi to a player that does the same things Obi does and look at to see if Obi is similar? And when you take the deep dive on it, because here's the thing. If you don't look at the Obi versus Jaren Jackson thing, all the stuff that we said about Isaiah Hartenstein is out the window. Don't talk to me about advanced analytics and all that stuff about Isaiah Hartenstein, and then when you do it for Obi, then it don't matter.
Yeah, I didn't say it didn't matter. I think Jaren Jackson's overrated too, though. He's making a point that I agree with.
But Coach, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you specifically. Don't take it that way. What I'm saying is for us that use the advanced analytics stuff to find out if a guy is good, then I think we should use it across the board and have it be a unit of measure, right? And not for advocacy for a player. You feel me? That's what I'm getting at. So if we're gonna use advanced all this stuff to look at guys, let's just use it, because when we don't do it, then all the previous things that we said about guys, you can't. People won't look at us and take what we say with any gravity because they're like, hey, they just picked out this one thing for this one guy because they like him. Ron Cleveland in the building. What's good?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Man, what's going on, fellas? I hear y'all up in here, man. So think I see you up there, boy.
Passion.
Breezy, been a minute, boy. Been a minute. Everybody, man, shout out to the chat, man. Your boy been going through some things, man. You know, family situation. You know, lost my nephew. You know what I mean? About a month ago in Korea, man. You know, 23 years old. So that was a blow, unexpected. You know, of course, y'all know mom left here 7 months ago. So, you know, been dealing, man. You know, one thing after another. But man, hey,
it's good to see you, though.
Get back to myself. It's good to be here amongst the living. You know what I mean? And hey, basketball season right around the corner. But before I get there, Freeze, I gotta holler at you. How about them Dolphins? Huh?
God dog it. I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that. Hey, you know they on TV tonight, right? You know they on TV.
Oh yeah,
tonight.
we on TV. I got my meeting tonight, so I got that thing recorded. I'm gonna have all my notifications off. I ain't gonna have nobody disturb me. So when I get back to the house, I can watch that thing from beginning to end with no interruptions. But hey, shout out to the Dolphins. I ain't surprised with what we doing. You know what I mean?
Oh my
goodness. And the Mets hearing them footsteps in the dark, and I ain't talking about Ronald Isley and the Isley brothers neither.
Footsteps,
Yeah. You know about them footsteps. You hear we right after y'all, man. But hey, hey, that's a beautiful race. That thing can go either way. I think whoever wins between them two teams gonna win the World Series.
Yeah,
that's my opinion on it.
Yeah,
man, this Knicks situation. Freezer, I'm gonna have to stay on topic because you're talking about Obi, but I got a lot in me I want to get off, but I'm gonna stay on topic. You're talking about Obi and his analytics and stuff, and I've been listening to a lot of the slander because I'm hearing a lot of slander. And right or wrong, the whole situation with Obi, first off, Obi is a victim of circumstance. Period. Should have never been drafted by this team.
Boom.
Not if you're gonna have Julius Randle on this team still. Point blank. Right. You don't draft a guy your first overall pick. What was he, the 8th pick?
8th pick.
Yep.
8th pick. You don't do that at a position that you already got, and you're gonna have that guy come back next year. That was a total misstep by this front office. And if you're gonna draft that guy, you need to move on from Julius. Period.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, anybody thinking Obi is trash is something you discard when you have no use of it. I say again, trash is something you discard when you have no use of it. It's useless. Obi is useful to this team. One of the only people that's really willing to get out and run on this roster since he's been here. The team the ball movement is better with Obi on the floor. We all know that. But to sit there and call that guy trash, that's like saying you don't wash your behind when you get up in the morning. The guy's not trash. You may not like his game. The guy wouldn't be in the NBA if he was trash at all. So that's my piece on Obi. And Obi, I'm going to say this again. And I've said this before about Obi. You put that kid in the right situation. If that kid is getting time in this league, even if he's getting 25 minutes a game, 25, 30 minutes a game, I guarantee you that guy is going to get you 15 to 20 points a night. Because the way he scores is easy. He don't have to have the ball in his hand, pounding it to score like somebody we know in that starting lineup. I ain't going to even call his name because we know who he is. Every time Obi name comes up, it seems like there's an intersection him and Julius Randle hit head on for some reason. We can never evaluate one without the other. But the situation with Obi is on the wrong team, man. And Tom Thibodeau, man, Freezy, please do me a favor. Can you do me a favor?
Yes, of course.
Put Tom Thibodeau
out of LaGuardia.
On the first thing smoking. And I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get out of here, man. I'm going to let y'all have it.
This is your captain speaking.
I didn't want to give too much because I got a lot on me that's just heated with this team and what I'm seeing. So you come out and you tell the public that Evan Fournier is the guy, the front runner. Freezy. There's no way in the world after what Quentin Grimes did in that summer league, albeit summer league. But the fact that you hold him out of that trade for Donovan Mitchell, and you mean to tell me you're gonna have him come off the bench? There's no way in the world that Evan Fournier should be starting over that kid this year. Ain't nobody gonna convince me of that. And Evan Fournier, when we talk about defense, my God, non-existent. How in the world this guy's gonna come out of his mouth? So this doesn't let me know what we can expect from Tom Thibodeau. Is the same Tom Thibodeau. He ain't learned a thing from last year. He's gonna mess this team up again. And mark my words, man, I'm not even looking for us to make no playoffs. If we make it, I'll be surprised. But Tom Thibodeau is the biggest detriment to this New York team going forward. He has to get out of town ASAP on the first thing smoking. Man, hey, y'all have a good one. If you ain't subscribed to Blorange Tears, man, what you waiting on? Hey, this man is on every night, all night, like ESPN. Hey, y'all, hey, tune on in, man. Keep doing your thing, Freezy, man. Love you, boy.
Amen to that sermon, Ron. Salute to you, bro.
Soul finger, man. And again, Tom Thibodeau, this is your captain speaking. Your services are no longer needed in the community.
Oh.
And I'm out.
All right, boss.
He came and dropped the mic on him.
Dropped the mic. Amen.
Mic drop.
Shout out to Uncle Ron.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Ron. Let me read this super chat just real quick. So Jeremy Maynard, thank you for the generous contribution. Jeremy Maynard says, God bless everybody here. Team looks different when Obi plays. Athleticism is not a negative in an athletic event. He is Matrix 2.0.
Shout out to Pastor Man.
Yeah, man. Pastor J.
Shout out to the Pastor J.
Pastor J, appreciate you, bro. Hey, go ahead, Coach. Go ahead, man.
I just want to appreciate Mr. Ron Cleveland for making my point, because that's what he did for me. You talk about the team discards, they don't need anymore as trash. We don't need him on this team. He doesn't fit with what we have. Because if we got a coach that's running with Randle, then he's trash. He's Knicks trash. Then we don't need him anymore.
He just told you the coach is trash too.
He meant that. Okay, that's not my opinion. Then he's saying that we don't need him either.
Yeah.
So
coach, you're saying
in the front office. In the front office. Sorry.
It's mutual exclusive. That means because Randle is not needed, Obi is trash. That's not necessarily the equation that adds up. They both can be good. It's not, if Randle is needed, Obi's trash. You're saying he's not needed on this team, but being trash is different. So maybe you should rephrase your statement.
maybe I use too strong of words. I don't need to rephrase. I'm just saying, like, for everyone that wants Obi to start and be over Randle, in that as an NBA starter for what the Knicks need to be in the playoffs, he's trash. Okay, that's not saying he doesn't have worth. He has worth on our bench to being a change of pace guy, a guy that can be rotated in. He is great for that. But as an what people want to hold him up the standards of, talking about him in the same vein as Randle. I'm sorry, you're just off base with that. That's just my opinion.
Okay, so therefore, that's where your argument about Grimes and Fournier comes in. Because X is needed on the starter, they should not be. So therefore, they're trash. So your point is not they're trash. You're saying that they are trash compared to what we're trying to assign them responsibility for.
Can I get a piece of the bubble?
I guess because I'm a boomer and I use the word trash. And nowadays, that word is like calling someone's mama a bad name or something. Like trash is such a strong word, I guess, now that everyone in the chat is like doing backflips over it. But whatever, I'll take it. I'm still gonna stand behind it, though. You ain't gonna change my opinion. So.
Right. And I'm gonna just say this thing to what Coach is saying. y'all just hear me out on it, because I think something we cutting each other off and we not letting people get to finish their point. Hey, Ray, I see you trying to jump on, man, but you got like some type of connectivity issue. Like I see you backstage, but it's not connecting. Something going on, Ray. But that's Rayology, y'all. Rayology.
Ray. It'd be good to see you, Ray. Come on.
Yeah. But What I was gonna say though is when Obi was drafted, it was a productive NBA player in front of him named Julius Randle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Obi struggled to find his way in the league because there was a guy in front of him that was a decent NBA player, right? When Jaren Jackson was drafted, there was a decent NBA player in front of him, and Jaren Jackson beat out his guy and became a starter and established a legacy. The dude in front of JaMychal Green was the dude ahead of Triple J was JaMychal Green, who was a decent NBA power forward, and still is. He still is JaMychal Green.
He's nobody.
What's his win percentage?
He's a nobody.
Look it up for me.
Easy to beat.
So if I can finish my point, what I'm saying is this, right? If Obi couldn't beat out the guy in front of him, that's not a Julius Randle problem. That's an Obi problem, right? That's an Obi problem. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Obi Toppin are both top 8 picks in the NBA draft. Both were lottery picks. Both of the guys played, you know what I'm saying, at a high level. One dude played at Michigan State. The other dude was the college player of the year. Obi was the college player of the year and came to a team with journeyman power forwards manning down the spot before he got here. That's the reason why the Knicks drafted him. Because before him, dudes manned that spot named Quincy AC, Noah Von Lee. You know what I'm saying? So when the Knicks saw a Obi Toppin on the board, they were like, in my mind, they were like, hey, we can solve this power forward issue for years to come if Randle is not the guy. But the thing is unlike JaMychal Green, Julius Randle stepped his game up and became the most improved player in the league, led his team to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? JaMychal Green did not do that in front of Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson beat him out and went on to have a pretty good career. You know what I'm saying? Obi Toppin's thing is different, right? But the thing is with both Obi and Jaren Jackson Jr., no one could deny that both of those guys are physically talented. Like, those two dudes are physically different than other power forwards that man the position. They both have the size, strength, speed, touch, combo, basketball IQ that other power forwards around the league don't have. Right? Now, and I'm gonna just address the thing that Coach said. What Coach said, and in essence, what Coach is saying is this. Man, the dude didn't beat out the guy in front of him. He didn't prove nothing. And he don't provide a thing that you must have in your lineup every night. Is that the Knicks problem? Yeah, kinda. Is that an Obi issue? Yeah, kind of. But Obi is still a young player. I don't want to throw Obi away. But when Coach said, man, the man ain't, I can't argue with that. I just can't. And then the thing that me and Coach had the thing with is I wanted Coach to see Obi's advanced numbers versus Jaren Jackson. That was the thing that me and Coach, I was like, Coach, man, look, you got to look at these things with Jaren Jackson, bro. You got to look at him at least to do Obi, shoot Obi some bail. You got to look at these numbers because they're not as bad as what. But Coach, because I said it during the summer, I'm like, yo, Obi don't really have a legit impact. Like, Obi's not a game changer. We want him to be that. Right now, though, Coach, is Obi Toppin a game changer in your mind?
No, I mean, he doesn't make us win any more than anyone else did. The reason why we lost was we had no point guards, period.
And no talent, lack of talent.
Yeah.
Period.
So I'm not going to put that on any one player. It ain't Obi's fault we lost. It ain't Randle's fault we lost. It's our team wasn't good enough. We won. Like, for the people that are saying that, you know, Randle's season was an anomaly, like he's been a 20-point, like all these things are anomalies. Like, what's to say Obi's 40 points was just an anomaly? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, his track, he's done what he's had been productive for a lot longer. Like, now it's a pattern at this point.
Right.
Like, what we can count on him for. Now, should we count on him to be the number one player? Hell no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Should he lead our team? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? But is he an integral part, a piece? If all the other pieces are what they're supposed to be, hell yeah, to me.
Right.
So, like his worth over his possible replacement, whether a guy on our team or a guy from any other team, there's not many guys in the NBA. Because everyone's mindset is thinking that only Randle is only an ISO, like they keep. It just drives me crazy that they think Randle is purposely slowing things down and making ISO decisions based on that's what he wants to do only. It was a circumstance of what this team didn't have is why he had to do these things. Okay. Yeah, and obviously the coach Tibbs wanted to slow things down because he knew we couldn't run with other teams as far as putting up points or being efficient without a point guard. So he decided to let RJ and Randle be a solo guy, ISO guys. I don't believe Randle is an ISO player only. He has all the skills and all the talents to do everything. And I'm not in the Randle hive. I'm holding him accountable for a lot of things.
What's everything?
Huh?
What's everything?
Name something he doesn't do well.
Catch and shoot. Roll to the basket.
I mean, I've seen him do that at all different parts of his career.
Right, and Randle's not a role man, bro. And I just want to make sure
that always say that.
Right, but
yeah, okay. That's one part.
His example. How often do you see Giannis in a pick and roll with another player as the role man? You rarely see it unless it's a plus win matchup. Like the only time you see Giannis as the role man is if in a switch he's guarded by Quentin Grimes. But if Mitchell Robinson is guarding him, he's not the role man because it's like playing fullback. You got to run through too much traffic, and the likelihood of you getting hurt is not enough. It doesn't outweigh you getting a basket, right? For everybody that says Anthony Davis is always hurt, you know why? Because when Anthony Davis rolls to the basket, he is constantly getting all this contact that you don't see, bumps and all these things to the ribs, people jamming fingers, all that stuff, right? If you're a Knicks fan and you saw our role man get hurt last year, if you, in the last 2 years, if you saw Mitch get hurt in the playoff run, Noel get hurt, y'all remember Novell Pell? Y'all remember what Novell Pell had looked like? Y'all remember what his hand looked like on his first roll to the basket?
Yeah, remember man, when he broke that finger?
Yeah.
His finger was doing his finger was doing a total right angle.
Yeah, SpongeBob.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Luke, I ain't trying to begrudge your point about Randle not being a role man. What I'm saying is we need to weigh the risk reward options. Rolling Randle to the basket. Who was your ball handler in that pick and roll? Alec Burks? You think Alec Burks is going to find Julius Randle when he open in the paint?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Freezy. Those pick and roll sets that you talk about, the Knicks always running. I believe a lot of those pick and roll sets are actually the dribble handoffs from Randle, where I believe he should be rolling instead of popping.
Okay.
True, possible. But Coach, to defend you somewhat, trying to pick up on the things Randle doesn't do well is unfair. If he's not able to do a couple things well, it's not relevant because he does most things well. But the argument against you is that because a player has 20, 10, and 5 and has a certain number of skill sets, does not justify his need and fit in our game. Because a perfect example is a modern-day triple-double. Russell Westbrook does not fit the Lakers scheme, but he could be a very valuable piece somewhere else, where someone like Buddy Hield or even, I don't know, Rose would be better at point than Russell Westbrook would be for the Lakers. So my argument is not for or against Randle. I compared him to Obi. It's what do we need and what can work in this format, and then what's best for the future of the franchise.
Coach is not an advocate for. He's not advocating for Randle. He's not in the Randle hive. He keeps saying that.
Right. I know,
what Coach was saying is merely just about Obi, right? It's merely just about Obi, right? It's about what Obi does for this team, and on this time, I'm gonna side with Coach on this. I think pinning Julius Randle to Coach right now was unfair, especially when Coach said Obi is trash. He didn't say Randle is great, Obi is trash. He said Obi is trash. Right. And so pinning Randle to Coach is not fair in that respect. And I think for those of us that like Obi, our fallback defense is, well, what is the other guy doing?
Yeah, that's the thing that other people that vote for some guy, I'm not even going to say his name.
What's Joe Biden doing?
Yeah, exactly. Like, whenever people don't have a leg to stand on about an argument, and I'm not saying you did this, Visions. Whenever there's a guy they ain't got much of an argument about one guy, they divert attention to somebody else. When we're talking about the original person, I'm calling out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for that point, when you talked about the Jaren Jackson thing, I respect that side of it. But when you add on the Randle part, that's where I got heated. You know. Right. So and I did add Grimes and Fournier in that, too. Right. So it's
that's what called most fire, by the way. I think I'm gonna catch more fire for that than Obi, and probably should.
Hey, y'all, and listen, man. Hey, Coach, I hate to end it right here, man, but I gotta go.
No, I respect. Hey, and I'm not. Hey, just so you know, I'm not heated of it. I'm glad he came on. I need to be held accountable, and people want to say I took it. Hey, whatever. And L stands for learning too. Right. If y'all want to teach me something about Obi I didn't know about, okay, I respect that.
Easy will bring up his plus minus on the next show for you.
You talking about Randle? Yeah. Or
Obi's plus minus.
Well,
Coach,
maybe
and see what he adds to the game.
So yeah, man. So I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna rock and roll a little bit later. Remember tonight is Knicks after party. But we're trying to jump back on in like 3 or 4 hours to do like a mid joint in between. So then I can talk to Coach about Jaren Jackson and Obi. Maybe me and Coach can do.
If you want to compare Obi and Randle in that same vein, that's what I'm willing to do. I don't care about Jaren Jackson.
I'm gonna get your home address, Coach.
Listen, but I didn't want to rehash that.
Their first year numbers at 36% at 36 minutes. We could do that
per 36.
Yeah.
Per 36, their first 2 years.
Now I'm Hartenstein Hive. I'd rather have Hartenstein in there.
We'll holler at y'all later.